Am I the meanest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the prettiest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Pawn's drunk.
Well, who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
Who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
I can't hear you.
Pawn's drunk. AKA Mr. Moonshine himself.
Of Harlem.
Dímelo, 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 mi gente, que lo que? You already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxer, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Maldito Borracho. Dímelo, mi gente. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are this side of heaven. God bless you all. Dímelo, dímelo, Roger. Ladies and gentlemen, fight week, just another fight week, but not just another fight week, because we got the king of boxing, Canelo Alvarez, 4th Division World Champion, super middleweight undisputed, cash cow, pound for pound, #1, libra por libra, número uno, Saul Canelo Alvarez, a.k.a. King Nello, a.k.a. Cartelo, a.k.a. Cascelo, a.k.a. Payday, a.k.a. get the fuck out of here, man. Canelo Alvarez, back in the ring this Saturday, Cinco de Mayo. Everybody get your drinks, get your tequila, re-up on your liquor, re-up on your bar. Let's go. Canelo Alvarez back in the ring. Always great for the sport of boxing to see the king work. Smash the like button. Alma in the building. What's good, Alma? All I punch. Can't wait to see Canelo do his thing. Yes. Roger in the building. Mary in the building. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen, man. And a great and it's gonna be a good opponent. He picked a good opponent. A lot of people always want to talk about, oh, these fighters are picking, these fighters cherry picking and stuff like that. Just because you pick your fighter, that doesn't mean that's cherry picking. He's picking a champion. He's going up in weight. Now, for other fighters, people say that when people go up in weight, they be like, oh, that's what you call it? That's daring to be great. But when Canelo Alvarez do it, he picked the weakest of the old champions when he fought Sergey Kovalev, but now he picked a young and strong and you know what I'm saying, got a good jab, got the good footwork. He picked Dimitri Bivol. And it's still a problem. But you know what, man? When you're on top of the food chain and you're successful, an ambassador to the sport of boxing, has done great things in the sport of boxing, motivated and inspiring others. You know, you're always gonna have haters, man. The worst thing that you could do when you're doing your thing, man, and you don't have no haters, man, it feels like kind of weird. I think as much success you got, man, you probably gotta what's the word? You can see how successful you are depending how many haters you have as well. As much as you can have fans and supporters and stuff like that, you gauge it by how many haters you got too. You know? Aldo in the building, Flip Mo in the building, Rap Star Boxing Knowledge in the building, Joe Lopez in the building. He said, now people saying Eddie Reynoso is not a good trainer. We're going to be talking about that as well. We're just not going to be talking about Canelo Alvarez, but we're going to talk about Team Canelo. Eddie Reynoso, trainer as well. Quarter L. Oscar Valdez, Shakur Stevenson this past weekend. And, of course, this was a historic weekend that we just had in the sport of boxing. New York City, MSG, Madison Square Garden, the mecca of the sport of boxing. We had a Madison Rhino versus Katie Taylor, baby. I told the whole world what type of fight this was going to be. I told the whole world the value of a Madison Rhino, the Puerto Rican star, Carolina, Puerto Rico, New York City, BK, Bushwick. Beautiful fight. I already watched this fight 3 times. I watched it live and I watched it 3 times because, man, what a beautiful fight that was. Historic, motivation, inspiration. We're going to be watching that fight from years to come. Our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, our great-great-great-grandchildren is going to be watching that fight. Female main eventing in Madison Square Garden after 140 years. 140 years of Madison Square Garden. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor did their thing. Now, of course, they're saying that maybe the rematch could be. Katie Taylor is up for the rematch. Eddie Hearn is up for the rematch. Jake Paul's up for the rematch. Amanda Serrano's up for the rematch. They'll do it over there in Ireland. Pack 100,000. Hey, got to do what you got to do, man. A world champion is a world champion. A world-class fighter is a world-class fighter. You could go anywhere in the world and fight. Rapsol said, Tank Davis said, no one beats Canelo Alvarez. Mr. O, don't forget that when Team Canelo lost, they only came back 10 times stronger. Whoa! Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. The haters is out. The supporters is out at the same time. People always going to hate Canelo Alvarez. They're always going to bring up the past or computer or stuff like that. No matter what, ain't nothing stopping the Canelo Alvarez train. And it's just enhancing his legacy. And haters are going to keep on watching. Just like haters hated Floyd Mayweather. Just like haters hated Manny Pacquiao. Just like haters hated Mike Tyson. Just like haters hated Muhammad Ali. You can hate. You're just going to fuel. You're just going to fuel that fighter to be even greater. I could see Canelo win by KO. Alex said. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Also going to be talking about one of the most anticipated fight of the year, Brian Castano, Jermell Charlo. One of the fight of the year candidate last year. Can't wait to see that fight. I'm willing. I have like 70% chance I'm going to go see that fight in California, West Coast. Going to give that East Coast flavor out there in the West Coast. Harlem going to be out there in the West Coast. Wash Heights is going to be out there in the West Coast. Your boy, Mr. Moonshine, going to be out there in the West Coast. Hopefully, God willing. We're going to be talking about that fight. And I do want to emphasize what people talked about that fight and translate that fight. No, now I'm not translating, but compare what people said about that fight to the Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Ladies and gentlemen, you know about this social media platform. You see the inconsistency. Let me say it right quick. And then we're gonna be touching base on Canelo Alvarez and his prestige, career, and what's next. Of course, fighters can't be looking past their opponents, but us as fans, we always look past their opponents. We always look past 5 potential next opponent. It's like Boots Ennis. We don't give a damn who he's gonna fight next. We just saying, what about Boots and Bud? What about Virgil and Bud? What about Boots and Spence? Like, we don't even think about his journey like that. We keep Keyshawn Davis, beautiful outing. We're thinking about Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney already. Keyshawn Davis already. We look past everybody's opponent. Yeah, we want these fighters to seem humble, but we ain't humble. Good looking now, Primetime 89. Do you think Oscar loss affects Eddie's boxing cred? I've heard a lot of people hating on Eddie after the loss. You know what it is? Let's be real, let's be honest. Good looking out, Primetime. Appreciate that, my brother. Gabe Lopez in the building. This is what I'm gonna say. People do not hate Eddie Reynoso. Nobody goes around hating trainers. Trainers are the one that molds modern day warriors and modern day gladiators. They're the one the product of what we see and what we love is what that man or that woman have taught that fighter, that warrior. Nobody hates Eddie Reynoso. They hate Canelo Alvarez. When Ryan Garcia had a problem with leaving Eddie Reynoso, it's not that, oh my God, yo, how the hell is Ryan Garcia going to leave Eddie Reynoso? Nah, because when people see Eddie Reynoso, they look at Canelo Alvarez. They look at that he's leaving Canelo Alvarez. So when people look at Oscar Valdez, they be like, oh, shit, you saw what Shakur Stevenson said. He said, oh, I beat Eddie Reynoso, Canelo Alvarez, because it was built up that way. You looking at Oscar Valdez, you're looking at overall Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso. Canelo Alvarez is not the trainer. They hate they hate who they're around. It's just like people don't really hate Tank Davis. They just hated Mayweather. And whatever Mayweather touches or give props to, they hate that. Jackie in the building. What's good, Jackie? Shadow Ghost in the building. Everybody subscribe to Shadow Ghost. Rob F. Nobody hates Eddie Reynoso. Have you ever heard anybody say, I hate Customato? I hate Stewart. I hate Sugar Hill. I hate Freddie Roach. I hate, like, nobody said, maybe the father trainers. People like to go against the father trainers. But I ain't never had a debate or dialogue and having, open panels talking about, I hate this trainer. I hate Buddy McGirt. I hate, nah. Nobody hates Eddie Reynoso. They hate Canelo Alvarez. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter if Oscar Valdez had Customato, Emmanuel Stewart in the same corner. Shakur Stevenson was still going to whip his ass. We're still going to outbox him. It don't matter who's in the corner. It don't matter if Eddie Reynoso would have been like, hey, man, nothing would have helped Oscar Valdez. The only thing that I would say is when people are talking about strategic and what they could have done better in camp, or how could he, prepare for Shakur Stevenson. I've said to everybody in the prediction, and this is why I didn't even need to go overly, over exaggerate my prediction. I like a lot of people was doing, like, oh, I just say twice, 3 times. Look, Shakur Stevenson. Look at that prompt time. Shakur Stevenson, I said, is just a little bit better than every category that Oscar Valdez. Better defense, better foot movement, better place punches, uses jab well, works from the body to the top, combinations, quick, reflex, IQ. The power, I said the power probably Oscar Valdez. But what's the power? Anybody can have no power, but you can't catch what to do. Come on, man. An Olympian, a man, he had height, the range, control range, reflexes. Shakur Stevenson just better than Oscar Valdez. Ain't no damn trainer gonna help Oscar Valdez out versus Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is a special fighter. And it's going to take another special fighter to beat Shakur Stevenson. Is Oscar Valdez special? Oscar Valdez is good. I ain't gonna say he great. We throw that great word around too easy. We can see how special it is. Shakur Stevenson is just not beating dudes up. He's just not winning. He's outclassing, masterclassing. He is levels above his contemporaries in 130. And I'm gonna say it like this, like I said yesterday in the live. I believe that Shakur Stevenson is actually the best 135 pounder right now. Yeah, I said it. Even at 135, I believe that Shakur Stevenson is the best 135 pounder right now. I put up his skills versus anybody in 135 right now, except for Lomachenko. But I still right now believe that Shakur Stevenson beat Lomachenko. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good fight. Anna Lee in the building. Fuck race in the building. He said people were saying that Derrick James is the greatest trainer right now, but he just took a loss when Beterbiev beat Brown. So why say this about Reynoso? Because they hate Canelo Alvarez. They don't hate Eddie Reynoso. They hate Canelo. Rapstar says, what's HLD? He owes me $42.60. Still on my bet. Roger, I thought he was working in the corner, Rapstar. Gabe Lopez was good. I got Canelo by UD. Possible robbery gift for Canelo. Freddie, what's good, Punch? I'm doing good, Freddie G. He said, Jeff said, Canelo Doug Charlo. Stop that mess, man. Come on, man. Stop that already. Come on, that's old narratives, man. This is 2022. Come up with a new narrative, Jeff. Canelo Doug Charlo. Really? For what? What did he duck? What did he duck? What did he duck? What did he duck? Come on, man. People don't even know. People watching boxing, they don't even know. They just bitter about something. Duck what? Or do they have a belt? What is he going to gain? I ain't going to say Jermell Charlo, but Jermell Charlo's handlers is ducking his own career. Jermell Charlo's handlers is ducking his own potential legacy. That's what they ducking. a.k.a. Sulecki. Tip Beta said, we got to stop using the word duck. Man, this is just a bunch of... It's like bitter. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's like, do people even pay attention to the sport of boxing when they say what they say? Or they just... Canelo don't call Charlo. Canelo. What's wrong with people, man? I beat that boy. What's up, Punch? The whole hood know I beat him. Good looking out. Good looking out, man. OG Punch in the house like... Oh, hold on. Damn, where'd it go? Brian Guzman in the building, one of the members. If you want to become a member to Punch Run Boxing, you already know where to go, man. Join in, join in. You see the pin message. Let's go, man. Brian Guzman, join the family. OG Punch in the house, like, subscribe. Canelo, body shot KO round 8. I think he's going to go to the body. The body's right there for the taking. The guy said, yo, Punch, are you sad Andre hurt his shoulder and pulled out of a 168 fight with Parker? Nah, if he's hurt, he's hurt. If he's hurt, he's hurt. Hold on. Why would I be hurt if a man got hurt? Probably shoulder got hurt, probably training hard. This is a very taxing sport. Or should I? There's what is it? There's a narrative out there and be like, oh my God, Demetrius Andre pulled out of another fight. Oh, what is it now? The champ is here. R&R in the building. The champ is here. Sup, Punch? What's good, R&R? That G, a G, R&R, a G. I won 500 from 5 WWE fans who said they would. I would draw Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders at Cowboy Stadium WrestleMania this year. They didn't. I won a sweet money ever collected. Money. Kings of the Commonwealth. Jeff, what does Bivol have to do with the war in Ukraine? Live from the block. What's good? What's good? Pun was cracking. I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Hello, can someone tell me how we supposed to admire Taylor for surviving a pummeling from a smaller girl? We're going to be talking about that right quick. Hold on. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about, because I want to see, because I got a lot of flack. For the way I analyze and my scorecard, the way I analyze the Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano. All right? There's a lot of people concerning Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. They said, but Katie Taylor won because she won the championship rounds. Well, Jermell Charlo won the championship rounds. But no. They say, but he hurt him. Now, you could flip it. Jermell Charlo hurt Brian Castano in the championship round. Been for pillar to post that even one judge gave it a 10-8 round. And it was a draw. Amanda Serrano did that. But when Jermell Charlo did it, y'all said that Brian Castano won. When Jermell Charlo did to Brian Castano, what Amanda Serrano did in the 5th round, Jermell Charlo did it to Brian Castano in the 10th round, in the championship round. A lot of you motherfuckers came to my channel and said that Brian Castano won. But the same people say Amanda Serrano won. Seems like people want to pick and choose what's good for them, how they analyze the fight. Well, it is what it is. Y'all already know how I feel about Amanda Serrano beat Katie Taylor 96-94 on my scorecard. Is it a robbery? I'm saying no, because it was a close fight anyway. But I do believe that Amanda Serrano closed the deal in the most historic round in women boxing, in the last round, when she staggered and she hurt Amanda Serrano. Where she hurt Katie Taylor in the championship rounds, just like Jermell Charlo hurt Brian Castano in the championship rounds. But a lot of you motherfuckers were saying, yo, punch, but Brian Castano won. When Brian Castano didn't even win one round in the championship rounds, didn't hurt Jermell Charlo in the championship rounds, right? That's the myth, right? We go by scorecards, but then we go by the myth, the championship rounds. The Tito Trinidad, Oscar de la Hoya, the way that we break that down. But Tito Trinidad won the championship rounds. But this weekend is a new weekend. Another weekend of the sport of boxing. We got Canelo Alvarez, the king, going to be fighting Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol is undefeated, has beaten Joe Smith Jr. We want to see also in the 175-pound division, the unification bout between Joe Smith Jr. and Beterbiev. And the winner could fight the winner of this upcoming fight with Beterbiev and Canelo Alvarez. I do not want Canelo Alvarez. I said it once, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to keep on saying it to the build-up to this fight this weekend. I do not want to see the trilogy of Triple G and Canelo Alvarez. I do not want to see the trilogy of Canelo Alvarez and Triple G. I do not want to see the trilogy. That's my opinion. My opinion. Because I feel like Canelo Alvarez could even do something even greater than what he's done already. He has the potential to do even something greater. He has the potential to go this Saturday and beat Dimitri Bivol. Hold another title once again in 175 pounds. Wait for Joe Smith Jr. and Beterbiev to finish in June, and then later on this fall, and fight the winner to become the opportunity to become undisputed undisputed in two different divisions in less than 1 year, folks. You think I want to see Triple G and Canelo Alvarez? Get the F out of here. No. We cannot contradict ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. We always praise that we want to see the best fighting the best, and we want to see undisputed. So if we have the opportunity to see undisputed, just like we have the opportunity to watch the undisputed in the heavyweight division, we wanted to see Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk or Anthony Joshua at that time before the trilogy with Deontay Wilder, even though the fight was great. We wanted to see the undisputed with Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. We want to see the undisputed between Jessica McCaskill and Cecilia Breakers. We want to see the undisputed between Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano. We want to see the undisputed in the lightweight division. So I want to see the undisputed in 175, folks. F that Triple G fight. What's good, William Boxing? What's good? Boxing knowledge in the building. What's good, man? Salute Punch Drunk. What's good, baby? Reynoso does have the key for the slick style. Now. Let's go back to the Eddie Reynoso and Canelo Alvarez, because now this is this week. We've been talking about in the channel a lot about Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Hopefully they get the rematch. Wherever they do it, I wish they do it right here in Madison Square Garden, in which they sold out. But let's talk about now Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez, Dimitri Bivol, and Eddie Reynoso as well. Now, y'all know that Eddie Reynoso trained Oscar Valdez. People now, I'm watching it, Twitter, YouTube, are trying to discredit the work of Eddie Reynoso because his fighter lost. Now, only one thing that I'm going to take that I believe, and I got to take it into consideration because fighters have said the same thing, that works with Eddie Reynoso. Now, there's been a couple of fighters that have questioned how dedicated Eddie Reynoso is to them. They say that Eddie Reynoso's been busy. We see that Virgil Ortiz, his pops, and Virgil Ortiz, I said, you know what? He was busy. He was vacationing while we was out there in San Diego. If I know as a trainer that I got a Virgil Ortiz in my gym, and I want to, I just don't want to be. Look, if I was Eddie Reynoso, I just don't want to be Canelo Alvarez trainer. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I want to expand. In terms of working with other fighters and making champions and helping fighters to become champions. If me as Eddie Reynoso, and you tell me, and I got a gym, even though that I'm very successful with Canelo Alvarez, and look, Eddie Reynoso could just work with Canelo Alvarez and he's still going to be rich, right? But if I know I got a Virgil Ortiz in my gym, I am going to my gym. What? What you said? That Garcia's not working with Virgil, and I see the potential of Virgil Ortiz. Oh shit, little gold mine, give me my 20%. I'm out here to work with Virgil Ortiz. But Eddie Reynoso just didn't have, you know what I'm saying, didn't have the time. He wanted to go to vacation, stay on vacation. Virgil Ortiz was out there preparing 3 to 4 weeks in the gym, man. Never saw Eddie Reynoso. We took what Virgil Ortiz said, we took it into consideration. We took it into heavy consideration because I feel the boxing world respect this young man. He takes it serious. Don't need an entourage and things of that nature. We like Virgil Ortiz. We like his personality. We love his father. We love the camaraderie. But when Ryan Garcia said it, y'all ain't want to believe Ryan Garcia. When Ryan Garcia said it, y'all didn't care. When Luis Neri said that, you know what, he just doesn't fit my style because, and this is what I do take into consideration, and watching how Eddie Reynoso does train and watching his style, yes, I'm taking Luis Neri. It wasn't a critique, but he said that Eddie Reynoso was a good trainer, but he trains everybody in the gym the same way he trains Canelo Alvarez. And one thing that I know is that Canelo Alvarez is not a high-volume puncher. Canelo Alvarez picks his poison. Canelo Alvarez is a great counter puncher, but he's not a high-volume puncher. And where I agree 100% with Luis Neri is at the lighter division, where they throw a lot of punches, that style did not fit Luis Neri. Especially when you have opponents that's throwing you fucking 1,000 punches around, it's just a different style that you need to fight in the lighter divisions. Bantamweight, featherweight, you know what I'm saying? Junior bantamweight and things of that nature. So Luis Neri felt that it just wasn't a comfortable style. I had to throw more punches. And then when I was training with Eddie Reynoso, and then my opponent is throwing me so many punches, and he's training me like he trains Canelo Alvarez, in which Canelo Alvarez is just a counter puncher and doesn't throw a lot of punches, doesn't waste punches, doesn't waste movement. You got to have a lot of movement in that ring. You got to throw a lot of punches in the lighter division. And maybe that's the only thing I could see that maybe it does not fit Oscar Valdez. If he is fighting in the super featherweight division, he needs to throw more punches. He can't play second. Especially with a guy Shakur Stevenson, even though that I feel like ain't nobody, no matter what they was going to do, he was not going to beat Shakur Stevenson. He just don't have the quality and the attributes to be a Shakur Stevenson, or the IQ, in my opinion, or the defense, in my opinion, to be a Shakur Stevenson, or the range, or nothing. But I could see where, for the lighter guys that train with Eddie Reynoso, if he trains them like Canelo Alvarez, they might not be highly successful. But now we're looking at it. How can we say that if we know that he beat the likes of Miguel Berchelt, when Miguel Berchelt was the monster? I get it. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep it into consideration. He still beat a guy that's like the monster. But I want to say, why do we pick and choose which words to trust? Virgil Ortiz said he had no time. Ryan Garcia said he had no time. Ryan Garcia was heading into a fight. The first 2 weeks of camp, he did not have a trainer. And did the boxing world even give a damn about what Ryan Garcia was saying? Nah, because y'all hate Ryan Garcia so much. Y'all don't give a fuck that what he says. Maybe because he could get a lot of chicks. Maybe a lot of girls like him. Maybe his social media platform is popping, right? I don't understand this hate to Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, still a young fighter. I don't see the hate, the massive hate. I don't see, oh my God, he's a diva. I don't see it. I don't see it either. Sometimes I understand the hate for a certain fighter, even though that hate is bad, but I understand why. But I think when it comes to Ryan Garcia, I think it's an over exaggeration hate. Over exaggeration hate. I really don't understand. I don't like Ryan Garcia because he stole my girl. Ryan is talented, very talented. Pon saludo, saludo mi gente. Dinka, what's good? Chilling, chilling. Punch, you think Valdez needs to drop Reynoso? No, 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 no. I don't think he needs to drop Reynoso. I think that Reynoso just probably has to do a better job. Just knowing about the critique that the other fighters been saying is that a great trainer knows how to work already around what you have, tweak a little bit of what you have, but not make you a whole different type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I think Eddie Reynoso is a good trainer. He's a great student of the game. Anthony Joshua said he's a good trainer. He could see himself as a good trainer, but he didn't find a chemistry with Eddie Reynoso, right? Maybe are people going to Eddie Reynoso's gym because of Canelo Alvarez? Because they feel like they're going to be in the gym with Canelo Alvarez, or they truly just want to train with Eddie Reynoso? Maybe the fighters have to have accountability as well. Maybe the fighters don't really go there for Eddie Reynoso. Maybe they go out there for Canelo Alvarez. Maybe it's that, right? There's very few trainers in the sport of boxing. If they didn't mold you, that doesn't mean that Canelo Alvarez is great, that you're going to be great like Canelo Alvarez. You know? DJ in the building, what's good? DJ, good looking now, man. Appreciate that, man. You should lead a pay-per-view champion for the Spence versus Crawford. Most proof of purchase of pay-per-view. I want these guys to get the pay that they deserve for giving us the #1 fight we want. Facts, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, I want every fighter to get paid, get fair compensated. They risk their life. You know, modern day wars, modern day gladiators, man. Good looking out, DJ. Yeah, man. That sound good, man. Post proof of purchase of pay-per-view paper. Yeah, I think we all should do that. I think I'm gonna start doing that too. I'm gonna start doing that on the live commentary. We're gonna post the receipts. If you didn't post your receipt of the pay-per-view, or know that or you gotta give us that you pinched in for a pay-per-view party, you shouldn't even talk about if a fighter is worth the type of money and such and such. Savage in the building. What up, hermano? I think they don't like Garcia because he speaks his mind and does not look like a tough guy. People are insecure these days. Facts. I think the people's highly insecure when it comes to Ryan Garcia. Saludo. Awaken. Joe, Canelo will never lose again. That's crazy statement. Anything can happen in the sport of boxing. Yeah, it's a statement. And then if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like Canelo Alvarez is in the peak of his prime. Canelo Alvarez intellect and physical ability is coexisting at the highest level. Canelo Alvarez, I think he has separated himself from his contemporaries. Canelo Alvarez is a gym rat. And I'm just accumulating all of it. Everything about Canelo Alvarez and what he's done and what up to this part and what he keeps on doing and how he's doing it. I think that Canelo Alvarez right now is in invincible mode. And I think it's going to take a great fighter to be a great fighter like Canelo Alvarez. It's going to take a special fighter to be Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez also has a chin. Canelo Alvarez has the dedication, the chin, the skill, the age, the strength. He just right now, Canelo Alvarez has separated himself from his contemporaries. You know, he's dedicated. Now, if Canelo Alvarez was just a great fighter but wasn't dedicated, then I might give Dmitry Bivol a chance. If he was highly dedicated, or does he have the attributes to make Canelo Alvarez adjust multiple times? Maybe, but right now, nah. Derek Vasquez, good looking out, man. Appreciate that, my brother. Good looking out. Brian Guzman, only way I see someone beating Stevenson is a non-stop pressure offense. I don't see nobody beating Shakur Stevenson right now. I know he's gonna have some tough fights, but I don't see nobody beating him right now. Good looking out with a super sticker, Derek Vasquez. Again, my brother, appreciate you. God bless you. God bless everybody, man. God bless you and everybody that supports the channel, man, contributes and donates to the channel, man. I appreciate that. God bless. God bless. God is good. God is great. Raw dog, pause. Canelo just another level. He's just in another level. You know what I'm saying? Canelo is just in another level right now. You know? So he just got all the attributes, man. He got the defense. He got way better on the defense. He got the great upper body movement. He got the great posture, great positioning. Doesn't waste punches, doesn't waste movement. Every time he throws a punch, um, it it he knows it's going to affect. You know what I'm saying? Whether he's going to punch the hip, the body, the arm, the solo plex. I think he already cracked the shoulder roll thing. You know what I'm saying? Throw more combination, you're gonna catch these guys. I just don't feel like there's nobody right now with the multiple skills that can make Canelo Alvarez adjust. Now there's certain fighters I just don't believe that they're gonna get the chance. I don't believe anybody in the 160 is going to beat him. I don't think nobody in the 168 and 175. Man, I just see Canelo. Canelo Alvarez in invincible mode right now. He's just in invincible mode right now. So I just feel like, you know, he's going to enhance his legacy. I hope that other people, the other fighters, his contemporaries, would do at least something great, so we could really call on that fight. And to be honest, I love to see a fight with David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez. I would love to see that fight. But who is he fighting for me to be like, yo? You gotta have those type of fights to be like, yo, Canelo Alvarez gotta fight him. Jermell Charlo fighting Sulecki does not grant that. David Benavidez fighting Lemieux does not grant that. Let's be honest. Demetrius Andre fighting Zach Parker still doesn't grant that. Even though they will be in position, Demetrius Andre is not going to be fighting as well. You know what I'm saying? They postpone it. I don't know what the date. But I'm just saying, they're just keeping it safe to potentially be or fight a Canelo Alvarez. And I'm not saying just the fighters. I'm talking about their business handlers as well. Because I do truly believe that fighters will fight anybody. I believe that all these guys will want to fight Canelo Alvarez. I just don't think that their business handlers do what they need to do to put them in real position for the mass fans to call on a fight. There is no... Canelo Alvarez just sitting, just picking it. There is no pressure on Canelo Alvarez to fight nobody. Because nobody's even trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, get, you know, if Charlo would have fought David Benavidez, or Demetrius Andre, David Benavidez, or Triple G, David Benavidez, or Demetrius Andre and Charlo versus Triple G, and Andre versus Triple G, something like that. Beat up Triple G worse than Canelo Alvarez beat Triple G, and then people be like, ooh. Bama Jones said Canelo a fraud. No, he not. You know he not. That's why you tuning in into a Canelo content right now, because you know he not. Canelo is your daddy, Bama Jones. Canelo is your daddy. Not Canelo is your papi. Canelo Alvarez is your daddy. He is your real daddy. You thought that guy that was mowing the lawn was just mowing the lawn, but what he was doing is when he left, he was with your mommy. Savage. Good looking out, man. Appreciate that. Nah, mama, he is your puppy. He is your puppy. Don't even call him daddy. You call him papi. Yes, Canelo Alvarez, yes, is the guy that was mowing the lawn, and when you go to work, he's fucking your wifey. And then you figure out why does your kid have good hair? Where those green eyes came from? Lofton said if Bud beats Spence, will he be greater than Canelo going going double undisputed at 175? Nah. Mm-mm, not yet. He'll be good, but better than Canelo Alvarez. I mean, it'll be a highly conversation. We'll knock that. Um, but it'll be a definite conversation if you become undisputed 140, 100, and then 100 welterweight. I think it'll be a more um probably a more difficult undisputed run. Well, the 140 run, I think it will be equally because I think the 175 undisputed run is going to be tough. Bivol undefeated, Beterbiev undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Um, Earl, well, nobody has beaten anybody in the welterweight division really undefeated at the top. We're gonna count Jeff Horn. Uh, I don't know. It's gonna be a conversation. It'll be a great debate, though. It'll be a great debate, though. Top channel, good looking out, man. Appreciate that, brother. Egg J Form said, why are they so insecure? They gotta be goofy out of nowhere. Yeah, because they got nothing to say. Good looking out. Appreciate you, man. God bless you. They got nothing to say. That's what it is, man. Don't you see that they really can't say shit about Canelo Alvarez? They can't say nothing but just witness greatness. They can't say nothing. They didn't even know how to hate Canelo Alvarez. Like they come with own narrative, but he cheated. Shut the fuck up. So if he cheated, why you want your favorite fighter to fight Canelo Alvarez if he cheated? You supposed to be protesting that you want him out of boxing, but you want Canelo Alvarez to fight your favorite fighter, but I thought he was a cheater. So you want him to get in the ring knowing that he's a cheater to fight your favorite fighter? Get the fuck out of here. Then when he loses, what you gonna call him, a weight bully? I never heard people stress a fighter to move down and fight somebody else. I never heard nobody stress like that. I thought people were supposed to be moving up. Reynoso a fraud. Yeah, they ran a train on your Mama Jones. They running a train on your lady. That's what it is. You mad? You mad? Secret of Mayo is coming. Eddie Reynoso has no answer for Shakur. I don't know, man. I love Canelo, but I think Bivol beats him. And if Bud or EJ beats the other, the winner is pound for pound for me. That's two top three pound for pound fighting each other. Hey, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's going to be a great conversation, Joe. It's going to be a great conversation. Mama said, why Canelo don't fight black brothers? Saturday show us why. Oh, I guess Trout is like a dude, like a white dude with a tan. Um, Daniel Jacob is a white dude with a tan. He became a champion in the 154 by beating a black guy. He became a champion in the 160, also accumulated belts by beating a black guy, a skillful black guy, Daniel Jacobs, the Miracle Man. And there was no black guy in 168 pounds. There is no black guy in 175 pounds. So what you want him to do? Hmm? What you want him to do? Huh? Brian Darkin. He said, hey, Smollett. I don't know who that is. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Talk to me. Talk to me. Yes, and Kirkland is white. Yeah, Kirkland is white too. Daniel Jacob is Indian. Yeah, Indian with good hair. What's your black 160 or 75 champion, Bomber? Yeah, tell them hard times. I don't know. Y'all Mexicans deep down inside, y'all scared. I know it. I think what it is, I know what it is, that your mama left your daddy for a Mexican guy, and not every Mexican that you see, you just get mad. It's all right. It's all right. That's what happens. I think that you're traumatized. You're like, mommy, why you divorced my dad? Mommy, I still want you two together. I want you two together. I hate him. He's trying to make me speak Spanish, and I hate the fucking language. Mommy, please don't divorce daddy. Can you get back with my daddy and stuff like that? And then when you go on the weekend, see your dad's house, be like, how, dad? How's that Mexican guy treating you? I don't like him, dad. No, you call your dad Papi. I don't like him, Papi. Your father said, what are you calling me Papi for? No, this is what they want me to call him. Call him at home. I hate him. Papi. I mean, daddy. Oh, shit. Don't forget Alexander Lara, too. Yeah, man. He said, no Mexican man ever took our woman from us. Stop. Y'all funny. Ryan Garcia would. Shut up, man. It's all right, man. Trolling is healthy. Papi making me watch. Papi making me watch soccer. What you say? I said, don't call me no Papi. I'm sorry, Daddy. Daddy, did you see the FIFA? He said, Daddy, I'm not gonna go home this weekend because mommy and my stepdaddy won't be celebrating Cinco de Mayo. What the fuck is a Cinco de Mayo, man? You coming home when you going to my? No, Daddy, I can't go. They're gonna have a bunch of tequila party and stuff like that. Oh shit, man. Imagine how fast YTBC will switch up if Ryan dated a black chick. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think maybe because it just got it turns racial because just say Canelo, just say it. Canelo Alvarez is the best. Say Canelo Alvarez is the best. I'm sorry for your loss, Punch Serrano. Hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. His mama likes it when you cook her some fajitas and pour her some margaritas. Mama woke up with some sour cream in her mouth. Greatness has no color, Mama. I'm sorry you don't see it. See that. It is what it is, man. A lot of people always bitch around that, other channels. Yo, I got some racist shit going on my channel, man. Shit. Serrano was robbed. Annalise said Serrano was robbed. Yikes. I think that she won. I'm not gonna say robbed because it still was close. Close to me is not robbery, but in the magnitude of that fight like that, I can understand why people may feel like that. I do feel like I do feel like she beat her up and won. I mean, Katie Taylor did a good thing in boxing and making adjustments and stuff like that. I just think it wasn't enough. Oscar, the irony of your statement is that you probably chose Taylor as the winner, yet she was running and Serrano was acting like a Mexican, and you probably are against Ricans. You picked and chose as he alluded to before. Honestly, I don't think any black fighter is going to beat Canelo Benavidez or Suldo Ramirez. I don't even want to turn this into a discussion of I don't think that a black fighter or a Mexican fighter or a Latino fighter, something like that. I just don't see no fighter beating Canelo Alvarez. No, I do see fighters that can make Canelo Alvarez making adjustments. I do see a guy like, for me, the most trickiest fighter is Demetrius Andre for Canelo Alvarez. He's 6'1", southpaw, could switch, throws a lot of punches and things of that nature. I think that he can make Canelo Alvarez adjust necessarily. Do I think that he could beat Canelo Alvarez at this point just because of the level of his competition and his experience as a professional level? Probably no. I still got Canelo Alvarez winning, but I think that Demetrius Andre opposes more of a stylistically threat. David Benavidez, I like David Benavidez, but I think that when he throws that right hand, he straightens up He straightens up that leaves the body, um, for Canelo Alvarez to attack. I think he squares off too much, in my opinion. But his power is legit, and his accumulation of punches and his combination is really, really good. And if he could control range, he'll do a better job. You know what I'm saying? So I think David Benavidez. I think David Benavidez gives him probably. If we talk about the most problem, maybe David Benavidez, maybe the trickier of Andre, but I still think that Canelo Alvarez wins. Canelo versus Andre Ward. That would be a good fight. That would be a good fight. That would have been a good fight. Good looking out, man, Vasquez. Good looking out. Appreciate that. 6'1" Boo Boo ain't no 6'1" Boo Boo. Like, nah, Joe. Nah, he's 6'1" legit, bro. Trust me. I'll stand next to him. He's 6'1" legit. He's not those. He ain't the height that people be like, hey, yo, I'm gonna put a height like WWE does, saying Hulk Hogan is 6'5". Nah. He's legit 6'1". Even when I saw him in person, I said, he is legit 6'1". Trust me. David has a soft body. Canelo will eat it up. Shit, I don't know. That's what they say about Tyson Fury. He got a soft body, and still no heavyweight could get to his body like that. So I don't know. It looks may be deceiving. You know, he's a fat boy at heart, but I think if he does squares up, yeah, Canelo Alvarez is gonna go to the body. One thing about Canelo Alvarez though, that his accumulation of punches, he starts off slow, and that's why I say that his opponent should work fast, because when he's trying to fill you out, pause, in the first couple of rounds, he loses those first couple of rounds, Canelo Alvarez. So I think those are the better chance of, if you're gonna go to a decision or you make it to a decision versus Canelo Alvarez, those first 3 rounds is highly important. Because once he gets into the middle rounds and stuff like that, start breaking you down, is a whole different type of ball game. We saw Sergey Kovalev; he was doing a great job with the jab and things of that nature. And if he would have took it to the 12th round to a decision, you probably could have seen like a split decision win with Cove or Canelo Alvarez, because I do believe that Kovalev was actually winning in the scorecards before the Canelo Alvarez took him out. Is Andre and Shakur Stevenson style similar? A little similar though, a little similar, but I think that he throws the jab differently. You know what I'm saying? He gets out of range when he throws the jab better than Shakur. You know what I'm saying? I do love Shakur's jab, but I think they got a just different type of jab, different type of and I like his movement better. I do like Andre's awkward movements. A lot of people don't like it. People that critique him, but I like his awkward movement. You don't know when the punches is coming. He throws that uppercut coming. He throws the awkward, that over left, the over right. It comes from different type of angles. Oscar says, "Okay, Push. Now you drunk." I don't know what I'm drunk about. Everybody say I'm always drunk when they don't hear what they want to hear, but then I'm a smart ass when they like when they hear something they like. Whatever caters to the people. I'm drunk when you disagree, and then I'm dope. You know, I get it. Diaz, el sazón, dímelo, mi hermano. The similar cuz they both boring. I don't think Shakur Stevenson showed any type of boring this fight or last fight. I don't know what type of I mean, what's fun? Yeah, I would like to talk about that too. What's fun? I want to know what's boring. I mean, Shakur Stevenson did a master class, dropped them, made his face look the way it made it look. What's so boring about Shakur Stevenson's style? Like before, even 2 fights ago, when the fans booed him, I could understand that. But the last 2 fights ain't nothing boring about Shakur Stevenson. Ain't nothing boring about Shakur Stevenson. Who you think Ryan fighting in July Punch? Um, I don't know. Maybe another guy like a top 10 level of competition. I don't think who's going to be available for Ryan Garcia. Javante Davis not available. Devin Cambosa is not available. Jorge Linares for me, he should retire. Gamboa should retire. Lomachenko, maybe a Lomachenko fight. Could they make a Lomachenko fight? I doubt it. I think they're going to be waiting. Top Rank is going to be waiting for the outcome of Devin Haney and Kambosos. So, to be honest, a lot of people is going to critique Isaac Cruz. He's been calling out Isaac Cruz. I don't think his team is going to do that. Isaac Cruz is working with PBC and MP Promotions at this point. So, to be honest, I think people that should just look at the landscape right now. Don't be mad at Ryan Garcia because he doesn't got that opponent that you want him to get in the ring with. He doesn't have that type of opponent. Michel Rivera, he's in the PBC. He's with Al Heyman. So maybe Ryan Garcia should do what Gervonta Davis did, and maybe try to go to 140 and see what he could find there as well. But Top Rank got that shit on lock as well. I don't know if they got any opponent for Ryan Garcia. I don't think he's gonna get Isaac Cruz because I don't believe that they're gonna put Isaac Cruz at this point of his career with the success that he had with Gervonta Davis and how he got Gamboa, that they're gonna go to the other side of the zone. I think that MP Promotion is working with PBC, and you're gonna see more. I think Isaac Cruz and Michel Rivera will fight quicker than Isaac Cruz and Ryan Garcia. Now they're gonna build Isaac Cruz because they saw what they really have, and they saw that the Mexican fan base is getting behind Isaac Cruz. It's just too soon. I'm just thinking business wise, I don't get frustrated with what goes in the sport of boxing because I just got to look at the business side as well as the fan side. But it's not going to make business at this point to make Ryan and Pitbull next. I'm just keeping it real. We could call for the fight, but it ain't going to happen next. We could call for it. Isaac Cruz is not even close to making a mil. And you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's his deal. I don't know what's his deal with MP Promotions. I don't know what's his deal with I really don't know what's his deal. But they're gonna go. They're gonna build him now. Now they found something. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Isaac Cruz was with Golden Boy Promotions, we would have seen that fight. Should Oscar go to 126? Nah, he should stay there. He should stay there because I believe that Shakur Stevenson is gonna. If he gets the undisputed, he's gonna drop the belt and go to the 135. And I think that Oscar Valdez could still run the 130-pound division. If I think he still could do his thing. I think people will watch another rematch with him and Miguel Burchell. I think people will watch Jermell Herring and Oscar Valdez. I think that there's some fights in 130. Maybe Leo Santa Cruz and I don't know about that. That one's too small, but maybe that could happen. I think there's some fights for him. Oscar Valdez and maybe Magzayo ever moves up, or Gary Russell Jr. if he works with Top Rank or something like that. I could see these type of fights could happen. Isaac Cruz is a fan-friendly fighter. He's marketable. They're going to milk him. Yeah, they're going to milk him. That's what I believe. Definitely going to milk him. I'm out. Bless up, Punch. What's good, General, man? God bless you, my brother. The boxing scientist said Isaac Cruz beat Davis. I saw it as a draw. Valdez versus Gonzalez. Okay, Floyd beat Castillo one-handed. Man, you stuck in the past right now, man. You so stuck in the past because, the future hurts your feelings, or the present hurts your feelings. Ryan Garcia is dangerous if he's 100% focused. I think Ryan Garcia is 100% focused. I think a lot of great potential high invested fighters, if the high invested fighters, those are the real ones. So, I think that if they all focus, they all dangerous. But I'm going to tell you like this. A lot of these fighters also fighting the battle outside the ring with their own promoters, with their own managers and things of that nature. They sign these type of deals early in their career, and then they want to leave these type of contracts. But but then you got these contracts that said if you win a title, you're hooked on 2 or 3 more years with the same promotional company or management company that you just want to leave. A lot of these fighters, yeah, they're making money with it. A lot of these fighters are unhappy just because they just didn't know their value in the beginning. A lot of these fighters are learning the business of boxing right now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these fighters are going to be paying back too. You know, a lot of them, they take a lot of advance payments. You know what I'm saying? They get their stipends, and then one come when they get that 75,000, that $100,000 purse. Shit, the manager promotional company snatched that shit right, shit right quick. Danny Medina in the building. Danny Medina, what's good, brother? What's good? What's good? What's good, man? Canelo Alvarez back in the ring. Rap star boxing knowledge. Shit, hold on. Pat Greedy, Punch, Rapstar versus HLD at 160. Who you got? Woo, wait. That's pay-per-view right there, Pat Greedy. That's pay-per-view right there. Rapstar HLD. You know what I'm saying? We might see a trilogy. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? Rapstar from the UK. HLD got the Puerto Rican fan base. Rapstar got the UK fan base. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Jeremiah for Ryan, I think Nakafila. Okay, that's good right there. Rapstar boxing knowledge in the building. What's good, man?
Hey man, what's going on? How come Ali Schultz has covered my face?
There you go.
Yeah, man. What's going on to the people, man? What's going on, Mr. Punch Drunk Boxing? And let's not even talk about HLD. I've left HLD on the street. She's working for me. She owes me $42.60. And let me tell you what the problem with HLD. HLD got no substance. He got no channel. He's an old little troll. The motherfucker betted me on such a historic fight, Punch. A historic fight, Punch. A fight, yeah, that two women went and nearly died for us in that ring. I've never seen a fight like that. HLD said in front of the world, I've got Amanda Serrano. I said, yeah, let's bet £100. The man tried to make stories and he tried to make rules after he lost the bet when two women gave their all. That's why I got no respect for HLD. He's my prostitute. First, he was my escort. But now, he's a fucking hoe on the street because he owes me $42.60, Punch. Now, I know he paid 100, but he's trying to shortchange Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, an historic fight, and the man is short paying me. I got no respect for that hoe. She's a bitch.
Hey.
She goes on the street, and now she sucks it without a condom until she brings that $42.60.
Look, right, look. Let HLD come and y'all.
No, he's got such a microphone. It's so loud. The craggly old man is such a loud microphone. You can't speak with him because all he does is screams in a loud microphone, and then he'll scream for 15, 20 minutes emotionally. He just needs to pay $42.60 and don't talk to me no more because he's a scumbag. He's a hoe. And she needs to work on the street to give me my money.
Look, I said HLD the link. HLD, if he's available, will come to the panel and you handle your business with
She's
HLD,
watching right now.
Rapstar.
She's
HLD.
watching right now. He's watching right now, and she's a bitch. She's watching and she don't want to pay the $42.60. It's okay. She wants to rather come over here and scream and be a bitch and Rapstar is this and Rapstar is that and hide behind Punch Drunk Boxing. Just pay the money. We don't give a fuck about the rest of it, you silly little bitch. We don't care what you think about me. We know that I'm in your dreams. Because yesterday, I had a big meal. I had 3 enchiladas. I went to the Mexican restaurant in England just for you. And I spent £40. And I had such a great food. It was amazing, HLD. HLD, I know you're watching. The food was amazing. And then I said, Boricua! And HLD, I know Puerto Rican people, and they told me if HLD don't pay you, he's not a real Boricua. I'm gonna come to you and fuck you up, HLD, in a real Boricua way. A real Puerto Rican would never ever short pay you. HLD is a nasty hoe on the street sucking it for my 4260. She rather watch, and he doesn't want to come on there live. It's okay, Punch. He can scream as much as he wants.
HLD, if you're listening right now, man, Rap Star is there waiting for you on the panel, front and center. Right now. Huh?
I'm waiting right now. He can come with his loud microphone. He can scream as much as he wants. Just pay the money for the women. The women don't deserve this, you fucking hoe. This was a historic fight, HLD, and you're hiding for 4260. You dirty little hoe. You was an escort before. Now you're a side bitch. Now you're standing on the street, and soon there'll be no more condoms. You'll be sucking it for free. I promise you on YouTube, down to everybody you know, they will never ever look at you the same for such a fight that you ain't paying your money. 4260 is nothing to me. Pay that money to Punch Drunk Boxing, and you're watching now, you little bitch, and get on that street on the YTBC and bring me my money.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, let's talk about boxing now.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
HLD, man, he got to come and handle his business with Rap Star Boxing.
She's a bitch. She's a bitch, but it's okay. I'll let her wait. She has to go and suck it more for the money. Okay. She'll come and pay. I'll tell you one thing about HLD. She'll come and pay, but she'll take her time until she'll suck it. That's all she's doing. She's sucking it. But bitch, for such a historic fight, it should be paid in 5 seconds, Punch. Not fucking all this time what this bitch is doing. It's wrong. It's bad for it. HLD is always going to be known as my prostitute. On the YT.
But it's better if he was on the panel and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then y'all can handle it. But
I don't want to handle it with him. Let him scream with his big microphone. I just want the money. Punch. I just want what's right for Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Okay. That's all I want. Okay? Now, Punch, let's talk about boxing. Because she's a bitch. She's watching. She ain't coming.
Rap Star Boxing Knowledge. Yeah. Fight week, Canelo Alvarez, the king, the pound-for-pound king of the sport of boxing, the pound-for-pound king, Libra por Libra number uno, Canelo Alvarez, a.k.a. Cartelo, a.k.a. Cash Kelo, a.k.a. Payday, a.k.a. Get the fuck out of here, Ming. What do you have, or who do you have, and how do you see this fight this Saturday versus Dmitry Bivol, the Russian Drago?
All right, let me tell you, I had this vision. Now, I'm not saying this is a prediction of mine or anything, but I saw this Ivan Drago, this Russian, who's training behind the scenes like an animal. This guy is the same guy who went in the trenches with Jean Pascal. Jean Pascal was throwing everything in the kitchen sink to this man, and this man was standing there finding ways to counter him and showing him that he's got a different skill set to these guys. What he did at Smith Jr., he showed him that he can fight in the trenches. He's a bigger man than Canelo. He is a much, much bigger man. But we're talking about a special Canelo. My problem is this. Is this Russian really going to get stopped by Canelo Alvarez? I don't know about that. I mean, this is no Kovalev. This is a guy who's the #1 guy in the division, and he's fucking young. And, you know, we're not talking about a fighter that people think, you know, this is Kalen Plant or this is Billy Joe Saunders. This is a solid 175-pound fighter. Now, one thing we know, he's got the reach. Sorry, go ahead.
Now, they say that your microphone is cracking.
It's HOD, the bitch, isn't it? Fucked up my microphone, the cunt. HOD, you smelly bitch, come here and start swearing, but just pay the money. Just pay the money. That's all we want, man. I don't give a fuck about the microphone. HOD, pay my money, you silly little hoe. Prostitute. Prostitute owes me $42.60 and he's running. You ain't a Puerto Rican. You are no Boricua. Motherfucker.
Damn, right? You mad right now?
No, I think it's sad what he's done to the women.
All right,
Such a
man.
historic fight.
Let our boy HLD get on the panel. Let him get
Man,
his
he
say.
can be your boy for the rest of your life. He be my prostitute over here. That's all I know. He ain't no boy anymore. But yo, Punch, listen to this. How the fuck is Canelo Alvarez dealing with a man like that? Now, Canelo got the counter punch. Canelo Alvarez got the boxing IQ. He knows when he'll be able to get Bivol to miss, and then he'll be landing on Bivol. But at the end of the day, this guy's tough.
Right of the Storm says, salute Punch. Raps on your mic is cracking like Pookie right now.
Man, let me get out
Like
of there.
Pookie from New Jack City, man. It's cracking like
get
Pookie.
Out and come back.
All right. Good looking out right of the storm. Good looking out right of the storm. Yeah, man, it's another great weekend in the sport of boxing, and the boxing God has blessed us week after week after week, weekend after weekend with great fights, ladies and gentlemen. After this, we got Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano on the 21st. We would have had David Benavidez as well with David Lemieux, and also Demis Andre versus Zach Parker, but they're going to postpone that fight. But then to follow it up, we got Javon Sant Davis versus Roddy on the 28th, and then followed up with that on the 4th, or was it the 4th, the 5th? The 4th, I believe we got Devin Haney versus George Cambosa out there in the Down Under in Australia. 3 days later, we have Inoue versus Nonito Donaire, 3-belt unification bout, the rematch. Ladies and gentlemen, man, boxing just keep on giving. Boxing just keeps on giving. And man, I can't wait to especially see that Nonito Donaire versus Inoue fight out there in Japan. Can't wait to see the George Cambosa versus Devin the Dream Haney. Man, can't wait to see these fights. After this fight, I do got David Benavidez beating David Lemieux, but then after that, I just want to see. I want to see out of that. I want to see Caden, at least if he can't get Canelo Alvarez, I want to see Caden Plant versus David Benavidez. You know, I want to see that fight. Boxing has been great April, May, and June. Facts. We want to see when Buck Crawford's going to get back in the ring. Maybe they are going to do that fight with Earl Spence and Buck Crawford, but I really want to see how could they give it. I want to see them get back in the ring, or Buck Crawford get back in the ring probably by June or August. We'll see.
Yo, my mic better not be crackling now, because my prostitute needs to listen to me clearly. My prostitute's watching right now. She's on the streets. Now, I hope the mic ain't crackling, bro. You just got to pay that $42.60, and then you can come and scream as much as you want like a bitch. You fucking hoe. Go on that YouTube streets and bring my money. Is it still crackling, Punch?
Nah, it's not cracking right now. Right now, it's sober.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I want all the smoke right now. I want my hoe to go and pay my money, so I'll just leave him alone, little fucking bitch. But yo, Punch, I don't know how we're gonna see this fight unfold, but is there gonna be any knockdowns, you think?
Hold on. Jermell Charlo, I think, fights in Juneteenth, the Juneteenth date. Any knockdowns?
Yeah.
No. I don't think it's gonna be any knockdown. I mean, if it's gonna be any type of knockdown, I think Bivol is gonna go down. I look if Canelo Alvarez was this type of person that likes to party a lot and doesn't go back into the gym after his fights after a week or something. If he wasn't a gym rat, maybe we'll be talking about Canelo Alvarez wearing sleeping in silk sheets and he's not hungry no more. But we never even have these type of content with Canelo Alvarez because we know that he's a gym rat. So he is dedicated to his craft. He is dedicated to enhance his legacy. And I think that Canelo Alvarez right now, he's just invincible right now. He's becoming his perfect self in that ring. And I just don't see that Bivol got enough to beat a Canelo Alvarez. I think that a special fighter, now could he become a special fighter by the way that he performs versus Canelo Alvarez? We're going to have to see about that. But I don't see him as a special fighter. I see him as a very, fundamentally sound fighter, nothing awkward, nothing special, nothing that's gonna surprise you. What you see is what you get. So I think that it's going to take a hell of a fighter, a special fighter, a fast fighter, big fighters, a powerful fighter to beat, have a chance to beat Canelo Alvarez.
Bivol has got, definitely might have the power. We don't know.
Yeah, but the thing about, does he have the power? Does he have enough power? But we also know that Canelo Alvarez upper body movement is great, and his chin is probably, he got probably one of the best chins in the sport of boxing. So it's not only about the power; is that we know that Canelo Alvarez could take a punch. He took it from Kovalev. He took it from Triple G. He's taking it from in his era. And remember, he's a smaller guy. Even when he's fighting Triple G, he's really the smaller guy when he fought Triple G the first time. He's the one that moved up to the middleweight division. He's taking these shots, and it's not even staggering him or nothing like that. Now, we've seen Canelo Alvarez in the past when he was younger get staggered, but that's when he's a youngster. Now he's a grown-ass man, great at that, elite at that, and he's elite on the defensive end and the offensive end, and he's still getting better. That's the scary part about Canelo Alvarez, that at this stage of his career, Canelo Alvarez, a.k.a. King Nello, was still getting better.
No, I hear you. I do understand that. I just want to know that is he getting overlooked, or is Bivol gonna get his credit if he beats Canelo? Either way, we got to look at that, because we're talking about a guy who's a special fighter, and you said it's going to take a very special fighter to beat him. This guy's taller than Canelo. He got reach. He got power. He's very sound at 175. What about Jean Pascal? Jean Pascal tried everything. Do you think Jean Pascal can hurt Canelo Alvarez?
No.
Right. Now, I'm saying Jean Pascal, look how big he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he been popped like 4 tests, popped out dirty.
We hear that, right? But what I'm saying is it's the size here. We're saying that Canelo Alvarez is going to a weight class where genetically he's not meant to be there. He's a 168 fighter at most. Canelo's not a 175 fighter, bro. This guy's smaller than fucking the Ryan Garcia's taller than Canelo Alvarez. I mean, this guy's only 5'8". This guy is going to a weight class, and weight does matter, Punch. We always go down to this, that you're gonna get found out at a weight class that you don't belong at, because you're that good and you're that great that you go challenge yourself, and sometimes weight does matter. At this point, we don't know if Bivol's weight is gonna matter. Does Bivol find a way to lean on Canelo? Can he make Canelo tired? Can he find a way to use his 1-2? Get out of the way.
That's another thing.
Can we see Canelo at a point where he thinks weight there? We just saw Bivol hurt Canelo Alvarez. Can that happen?
I think that's another way that Canelo Alvarez did get better, is that Canelo Alvarez, his stamina got better. Remember, he used to get tired after the 6th round and then get his second win, but he has found a way to maintain. He got better with his stamina. That's what I mean. That Canelo Alvarez, we're watching the evolution of Canelo Alvarez. He's not a fighter that just sticking to his amateur background like a lot of these great fighters today. They're still fighting like they did in the amateurs. They still really haven't got better. They just stick. They go to they only go to the gym when they contractual to fight. Canelo Alvarez lives in the gym. That's the difference between this great fighter and other great fighters. Yeah. Right of the Storm said, I think Bivol is going to give Canelo the hardest fight Canelo ever had. Canelo will win, but by a close decision, not controversial. Right of the Storm, good looking out. But for the favorite fighter, any favorite fighter that's supposed to win gets in a close fight, especially nowadays in the sport of boxing, the fans give them moral victory. Bivol's not supposed to win this fight, but if he makes it a close fight, trust me, it's a win. They will say it was a robbery. They will say that Bivol won. That's just boxing. Trust me. I don't even know why people think like that, but they're gonna say if it's a close fight, Canelo Alvarez wins 117. I'm sorry, 115, 113. They're gonna be like, nah, Bivol, nah, this round won, nah, it should have been a draw, nah, Bivol really won and stuff like that. That's what it is. A lot of people give more victories away. But good looking out, Rider of the Storm. Good looking out. God bless you, my brother. Remember, if you want to become a member, also join Right of the Storm and others.
So now I'm going to come to this. We don't have a fighter like Canelo Alvarez right now because this guy has separated himself with all the guys. You know, we're talking about Shakur Stevenson being on a different level at 130. We're talking about Canelo Alvarez being on a different level from 160 to 168. You know what I mean? At 168, Canelo showed everybody that the champions are just not on his level. He's levels above these people. And the problem is now, though, at this weight class, I mean, you got to give Canelo his flowers. If he's going to this weight class now and trying to prove where he is, I mean, we haven't got a fighter who's challenging themselves like that, Punch.
And that's what I mean. The thing with Canelo Alvarez, he keeps on challenging himself, so it's hard for him to go to a gym and rust up, or he doesn't need to take a tune-up because he's always, you know what I'm saying, active. And that's what, I just don't see nobody being Canelo Alvarez. He's just doing everything right to stay prepared, to get better, to stay elite, to stay being the best. Right now, Canelo Alvarez, man, whether people want to see him fight either David Benavidez or Jermell Charlo or Beterbiev, Joseph, whoever they have as an opposing opposing fighter, right? Canelo Alvarez is not competing with nobody if this generation anymore. Canelo Alvarez is competing with greatness. Canelo Alvarez now is just really competing with himself and enhancing his legacy. Canelo Alvarez competing with the greats. Is he better than Julio Cesar Chavez? Is he better than Floyd? Is he better than Oscar De La Hoya? Is he better than the past? He's in a whole different level. None of his contemporaries are even close to his career. You know? And I think that's what's happening right now. So, yeah, we want to see Canelo Alvarez, and there's going to be people out there that's going to critique. Whoever he picks is going to be critiqued, right? They're going to critique it, but at the end of the day, nobody is really bringing that type of legacy. Are they bringing a strap? But are they bringing that type of legacy to match up with Canelo Alvarez? At this point, nobody brings it. So it is the Canelo Alvarez show, however we want to see it. It's the Canelo Alvarez show.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair statement as well. But we also have to remember that is Canelo Alvarez, you know, just great at the right time, at the right place, such an improved fighter, a fighter that's willing to challenge himself at different weight classes where he don't belong. You got to give him his flowers. Just like Gervonta Tank Davis said, everyone can go see that interview. It's only been done 2 hours ago. They asked Tank Davis, does this guy, Bivol, the Russian guy, does he beat Canelo or does he give him a good fight? He goes, no one beats Canelo, no matter where Canelo goes. I mean, this is Gervonta Tank Davis saying that no one beats him. Errol Spence Jr. said that Canelo Alvarez is the pound-for-pound guy. Jermell Charlo says that you got to give Canelo his flowers. He's doing something none of us are doing. Real recognizes real. And, you know, I don't want to sound bad, Punch, but Terence Crawford in his heart also knows he ain't done what Canelo's done. He can't be a real if real don't recognize real. Terence Crawford knows in his heart he ain't never faced the same challenge, the same champions. The way Canelo's moved up to different weights and dominated different champions. Terence Crawford hasn't done that. So we got to keep it real. This ain't about a Mexican thing, an American thing, or a British thing. Canelo is the number one guy of the world of boxing. And right now, Mexico is running boxing.
He is.
He's running boxing. And we can't deny it. He's doing the most. And you got to give the man his flowers. But he can only lose at a higher weight class. For me, he can't lose at 168. I don't think he cannot lose at 160. He will lose if he loses, or it's a tough fight, it'll be at a higher weight class. What do you think?
I mean, that's what he's going to have to do, right? He's going to have to do that unless that, that's why I said there's some tricky fighters there for him. but it's the fighter that people really don't want to see, right? That's why people hate it when I say Demetrius Andre, or people don't want to see the people want to see the David Benavidez. But I think there's tricky fighters that can make them adjust. I'm not gonna say beat them. There's some tricky fighters that can make them adjust, but I don't see I don't see nobody in 175. I think it's gonna be easy. I know that Beterbiev is tough, but I even think that I even think that Bivol's style is more difficult than Beterbiev. So if he could get through Bivol, I think he could get through Beterbiev. I think he's gonna get through Joe Smith Jr. I think he becomes an undisputed champion if he takes that route. If he does beat Bivol, take the route of becoming an undisputed again and enhance your legacy. Do something that nobody's done. Male, because Clarissa Shields done it in the women's side, but as a male, he could become a undisputed in two different divisions in less than 1 year. Man, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah, man, that is an incredible.
And he's doing it versus undefeated fighters. He captured it versus Caleb Plant, an undefeated fighter. He beat Betty Joe Saunders, an undefeated fighter. He may beat Bivol, undefeated fighter. A lot of people feel Beterbiev is going to beat Joe Smith Jr. He beat an undefeated fighter. You feel me? Shit.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair with you, at the end of the day, I think he only gets that hate from America anyway. The people in England love him. You know what I'm saying, Punch?
Yeah.
The people in England love Canelo because they know what Canelo stands for in boxing. Yeah. You know what I mean? We can't forget, right? Canelo, when he was a young kid, he was cleaning up our ex-world champions. He was cleaning up people like Matthew Hatton, Ryan Rhodes. Then he went on to beat... People forget these fights. They don't understand this young boy. Then he came on to beat Austin Trout. Then he had a fight with Mayweather. After that, he beat... he's beaten Sugar Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto. People forget all that, though, don't they?
Yep. I mean, he already got the legacy down packed. Hey, yo, G Funky. Everybody subscribe to G Funky Boxing. Everybody subscribe to Rap Star Boxing Knowledge. What's good, Tycho TV? What's good, Mamba Mentality? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? I hope I took care of the fake G Funky. You know what I'm saying? Good luck, man. I understand, man. A lot of people with these fake accounts, man, got no damn life, man. It's fucking 2 o'clock in the morning.
What you think about... I'm sorry. Go on.
Now, go ahead, brother.
No, what do you think about these new narratives now that are because Oscar Valdez lost, Canelo's took a loss? I mean, this is some dumb shit we're hearing from fans. And now we're hearing that Eddie Reynoso, he isn't that trainer. He couldn't find a game plan. I mean, they don't understand, right? They took a fight. Shakur is a special fighter as well. He showed great attributes. It's got nothing to do with fucking Canelo Alvarez. What about if Michael Jordan fucking trained somebody in basketball and they can't be as good as him? You know what I mean? It's not like when Pernell Whitaker trained Zab Judah, Zab Judah couldn't do what Pernell Whitaker did.
Look, we all build Oscar Valdez when we build in a fight. We, as the boxing fans, mention Canelo Alvarez. We do that, right? We say Oscar Valdez is with Canelo Alvarez, Eddie Reynoso, and we put Canelo Alvarez. When Oscar Valdez got in trouble, people wanted to mention Canelo Alvarez as well, right? When he got pinned with the PED or whatever that he tested positive, right? Oh, the Eddie Reynoso jam with Canelo Alvarez and stuff like that. So, I can understand Shakur Stevenson. I'm not even mad about Shakur Stevenson's statements and stuff like that, but people don't hate Eddie Reynoso like I was saying in the beginning. They hate Canelo Alvarez. That's what it is. So now they want to discredit and devalue Eddie Reynoso. Man, that's a fighter that lost versus a special fighter, an Olympian, a silver medalist, a very special fighter in the sport of boxing, one of the phenoms in the sport of boxing, and a guy that's probably his intellect is in my opinion, like ahead of his prime. You know? I think his intellect separates himself from the other young fighters. And I said it coming into the fight. I said that Shakur Stevenson is just better than Oscar Valdez in every category. Ain't no trainer was going to help Oscar Valdez beat Shakur Stevenson. It could be Custom Model, Emmanuel Store in the corner. There was nobody that was going to prepare Oscar Valdez to beat a Shakur Stevenson. Sorry, it's just not going to happen. He just don't have the attributes. He don't got the height, the range.
Yeah.
He don't have the footwork to compete. He don't have the reflex to compete. He don't have the defense to compete. He don't have the punch selection to compete versus Shakur Stevenson, Newark, New Jersey, tri-state area. And I want to see Shakur Stevenson headline Madison Square Garden as well. Puerto Rican pride. Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah. But basically, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, the fans will pick up anything just to hate on Canelo Alvarez. Anything that's done by Canelo Alvarez's camp, the Canelo takes the backlash of it. Any fighter that loses from Canelo Alvarez's camp, Canelo takes the backlash of it. It's like, you know what I mean? It just seems like they just don't appreciate what Canelo brings, or they don't like seeing Canelo being at the top. I think fans just don't like seeing Canelo Alvarez being at the top when it comes from those minority American fans.
Shit. In the case of Mayweather Sr. isn't that good as a trainer because Oscar De La Hoya and Ricky Hatton took L's while he was their trainer. See how much sense that don't make. I know, you know what I'm saying, and then people going to get carried away and trying to compare him to other trainers. And this is what we do. This is what we do in this community. And this is why we sometimes figure out why boxing does not enhance itself. Because if we are the platforms that keep boxing alive, again, I always say ESPN ain't going to be talking about boxing. Fox ain't going to be talking about boxing. These are the platforms that keep boxing conversation alive. But every time we're going to go to these type of platform, and what we do is devalue, discredit, and things of that nature. Yes, have a debate is healthy debates, but not the debates to water down and water down belts, discredit the fighters, discredit the matchups, discredit the fights, discredit the accomplishment. Eddie Reynoso is a good trainer. He was trainer of the year. He is the trainer of the #1 fighter in the sport of boxing, the cash cow. The trainer and manager, he's doing a hell of a job with that. Now, has there been critique of Eddie Reynoso not being available for all his fighters? Once do you have high invested fighters, and a lot of them in your gym, you only one man. Now, some of them are going to fall into cracks. He got Oscar Valdez, who was a champion and had probably the knockout of the year last year. You got Canelo Alvarez. He could have had Virgil Ortiz. If I was Eddie Reynoso, when Virgil Ortiz said that he was probably in vacation, he was not in the gym, I would have never vacated. I would have never gone to a vacation. I would have been in the gym with Virgil Ortiz and I say, yo, I got the past. I got the future in my hands. Eddie Reynoso should have given all the attention to Virgil Ortiz. And then Ryan Garcia, he had Ryan Garcia. So think about it. Eddie Reynoso hasn't done a hell of a job in time management as well. He let Ryan Garcia and Virgil Ortiz slip away from him. I don't think he does a great job in managing his time with other fighters. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's hard for me to know about the managing side, but I mean, you know, but
managing time.
Like, if I look at what his achievements and where his legacy is, I mean, it's all about Canelo Alvarez. Really, is where we all know Eddie Reynoso. You know, we know that Eddie Reynoso has been with Canelo from a young kid, so you can't take that away from him. He's at the major part of building Canelo Alvarez. He definitely gels well with Canelo Alvarez, and it makes me feel like the Manny Pacquiao and Freddie Roach story. But it doesn't mean that because
you can't compare that.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is
because Freddie Roach didn't build Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was already a champion before he went.
I hear you, but when Manny came to America, Freddie then was his guy, and that's where greatness came. You know, that's when the world understood who Manny Pacquiao was, even though he had won some belts. But when he came into America, it was the Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao story, and Manny Pacquiao became Freddie Roach's adopted son. That's how they built it. But what I'm saying is, with Canelo Alvarez, we got to agree that Eddie Reynoso has played that big factor in building him. So he has to get credit. But it doesn't mean that he's the best and the best relationship with Canelo, that he's going to have the best relationship with any other fighter. That is not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he's limited in the Canelo Alvarez training, but he's also, you can't take away from him. He's done a lot for Valdez, and maybe he's pushed Valdez to the maximum he can do. Maybe that's the best that he can do for Valdez.
So let me ask.
Do you agree with that though?
So let me ask. I understand. Not necessarily.
He couldn't give Valdez a better game plan to beat Shakur.
No, I just don't think he has the attributes to do it.
He said that Valdez was supposed to let off his right punch, and his right. He said with that right punch, we were supposed to, basically, that was the punch that we needed to lead to get on the inside and hurt Shakur. But in the way that he was trying to let Valdez, you know what I mean, lean off to lead that right punch, Shakur Stevenson only needed to move back a little bit. Every time Shakur Stevenson saw Valdez coming in, bro, did you see? He times him, he takes a step, and he takes just enough to know that how he can make Valdez miss and just catch him.
Yeah, he made him miss a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he used the great. He was pawning the jab. He did great. He feinted. He touched that straight left hand to the solo plex. Like everything that, even if he tries to get closer, he did what he backed him up with the jab. He set things up. He set the left hand up. I mean, even if he would have came with the game plan about landing the right hand, Shakur Stevenson defense is great up to par. Like, he knows he's southpaw. He knows what's the kryptonite to a southpaw. So of course Shakur Stevenson is going to train to that. Of course he got another great fighter.
Punch, I like the way
just like Oscar Valdez has a great fighter working alongside of him. Shakur Stevenson had great fighters and a Hall of Fame fighter that works alongside with him, Andre Ward and Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford that understands the southpaw stance and the orthodox stance real well, because he switches. Andre Ward that has a beautiful stiff jab and loves to go to the solo plex. One of the best jabs to go to the solo plex of Andre Ward. So yes, there was a lot of wisdom in two camps, but with the attributes and the special of Shakur Stevenson and the people that he got in this corner, and Oscar Valdez being a good fighter in his division, a great fighter in his division, with the Eddie Reynoso and Canelo Alvarez, physically, intellectually, he was just couldn't match up to a Shakur Stevenson. And for me, it just don't matter who was the trainer at the time. Now, what I meant about Eddie Reynoso and his time management, you have three guys in the gym. You have Virgil Ortiz, you got Ryan Garcia, and you got Oscar Valdez. Which fighter would you give the most attention if you could give it to? Or tell me 2 out of the 3 fighters you would give the most attention to.
Ryan, Virgil, and Oscar Valdez.
Yeah.
It really depends. I mean, you know, Oscar Valdez is a champion, so you're going to definitely invest your time in him. Virgil Ortiz is an up-and-coming fighter who's an interim champion, I think, not even a world champion. So he's definitely worth investing into, because you know Virgil Ortiz is the next big thing. Ryan Garcia, you can't deny he's a big thing, regardless if he's got no belt or not. So it's very tough. You got to take
I agree with Mamba mentality. If I have all 3 in the gym and I'm looking at I'm taking Virgil and Ryan.
Maybe.
I'll say this. You know why? It's a couple of reasons. One reason I agree with you with Oscar, because he's a champion, right? Right?
You can't let a world champion go.
Virgil Ortiz is in a lucrative division, the welterweight division, one of the rich division, and is a stacked division where there's a lot of fights that he's going to make a lot of money, and he's good as well. Same thing with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is a moneymaker, and he's in a rich division, in the lightweight division. There's going to be a lot of fights in there too. They're young. So if I could mold them, I could easily mold them. How old is Oscar Valdez? Is Oscar Valdez what, 26? 28? Okay.
I'm just taking a rough guess, 28.
Now let's speak. Let's check it out. Let's
because I've kind of seen him in the game for a while, so I'm trying to put him into.
Look at that. Oscar Valdez is 31 years old.
Wow, he's 31.
31 years old. So I would if I wanted somebody to mold, like you saying, Freddie Roach, Manny Pacquiao. The reason why Manny Pacquiao could have changed his style, Freddie Roach implemented a jab when Manny Pacquiao didn't even have a jab. You could mold a fighter better when they're young. You could actually make them do what you want them to do. So by the time they hit the age of 26, that shit is like a well-oiled machine. You know, Virgil Ortiz, if you get him right now, well, Virgil Ortiz was 23 years old. By the time of 26 and he gets in the ring with the likes of the elite fighters in the welterweight division on 154, then he's doing exactly, y'all have the chemistry. Y'all have built that type of chemistry. See, Ryan Garcia and Eddie Reynoso, they could have built off Luke Campbell, that Luke Campbell fight. Went to the body, beautiful, and then build on that. But if
Yeah,
Ryan
but
Garcia,
I got a problem here. The problem I'm having is every fighter that does really good in their fight, we get a little bit overhyped up. Now I'm hearing this that Shakur Stevenson's going to go to 135 and clean up. Let's just keep the shit real here, though. Yeah, he's looking good, and he's the one who's been able to dictate this the 130. We can see he's got his reach there. He knows how to use that distance, and he's got such great a way of moving out the way without using that much energy, where he can make these fighters miss because how he uses that reach. But let me tell you this now: if he goes to 135, him and Devin Haney is going to be a hard fight because his power might not be able to deal with somebody where Devin Haney might be able to use his skills with Shakur and fight a good fight. It could be a close fight. And let me tell you something else. Our boy Teofimo Lopez. If Teofimo Lopez was hungry and he was fighting the way he was fighting Lomachenko, if that Teofimo Lopez, and I don't care who hears me, and Shakur Stevenson, I'm a big fan of Shakur. I think he's the next big thing. But if he goes to 135 and Teo stayed at 135, that Teo which was hungry and never injured, that Teo gives Shakur Stevenson hell because he can catch. He can catch Shakur. He's not going to have that problem about the distance. And one thing about Teo and people like these fighters, they also got good boxing all-round skills. They'll know how to, even if Shakur knows how to use his distance, they'll be able to hurt Shakur. I believe it's a different fight punch. I do believe Shakur is not going to dominate 135 like he's doing 130. That's my views.
I think that I can't. I already said it in the past. I think Teofimo Lopez beat any of the young fighters.
Okay, what does that Teo do? Him and Shakur. Tell me what you feel. Teofimo Lopez and Shakur.
But let's talk about the ones under 135 because that Teofimo Lopez
because
at 140.
That Teo,
I already believe that Teofimo Lopez could beat Shakur at 135.
Why? Tell us why. Because you analyze.
Because he has the power, he has the athleticism more than a Shakur Stevenson or anybody in 135 and 30 to get to Shakur Stevenson the way he wants to. He has and he's accurate with his punches. He's smart, aside from the last fight, but we're talking about if he was healthy and things of that nature, right? So he's a smart fighter the way he fought Lomachenko. So he could box you. He's an Olympian himself as well. He got the footwork. He could catch and shoot. He got the reflex. He got good enough defense. I think he just got the kryptonite, and he got a good right hand. He got a good uppercut. He got the kryptonite to the southpaw stance. He beat the best southpaw in the game in Lomachenko. So I think the way that he beat Lomachenko highly prepares him to beat a Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion. So I just think that he has the stylistically, I think that Teofimo Lopez beat Shakur Stevenson in that sense at a 135. But now that Teofimo Lopez is not in 135, I got him beating. I think that Shakur Stevenson is better than Devin Haney. I think that Shakur Stevenson is better than Kambosa. I think Shakur Stevenson.
With Devin
no, I'm not saying that it's not a tough fight. I say that I feel that he is better than him. And also why I feel that these guys are better is not necessarily feeling. Shakur Stevenson have shown us that he beat two champions back to back in a way that he was levels ahead of them. He was levels ahead of Hearing. He was levels ahead of Oscar Valdez. And they came up with becoming a champion, beating good fighters at that. So I just saw Shakur Stevenson beat Now look at Teofimo Lopez. He beat Richard Comey in the second round, a champion. That's the way that he became a champion. So he beat a lightweight and knocked him out in the second round. He beat Lomachenko and outboxing Lomachenko, who was regarded pound for pound. 1, 2, 3, you could flip it around at that time. So that's the only guy that I could see beating Shakur Stevenson. But Shakur Stevenson, other than that, I see him beating everybody in 130 easy and 135. The only one that I see him that's going toe-to-toe in terms of skill set will be Lomachenko.
And Haney. I reckon Haney and Shakur could be a really tough fight, bro.
Well, Haney will have to, but put it this way. Lomachenko, this is what I'm saying. Lomachenko showed us what he could do in championship fight versus top fighters. What Lomachenko did to Rigondeaux, he made Rigondeaux quit. Wow. A guy that's regarded one of the best technicians of this generation.
Right.
Now you got Teofimo Lopez that beat and outboxed Lomachenko. You got Shakur Stevenson that beat Oscar Valdez and Jermell Herring. Devin Haney will have to show us that he could beat an elite lightweight and beat him in levels. In levels for me to say that he could beat a Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez have proven to me that they're special and they're all the goods. Devin Haney will have to do that. The eye test is good, just like I love to see Boots Ennis, and I say that he's the second coming of Roy Jones Jr., but you still will have to prove it in the ring.
So where do we put our boy Shakur Stevenson? Is it time to change the pound for pound list?
Yes, in my pound for pound list, yes. I'm taking Ioka out and I'm putting Shakur Stevenson in. So I can really say I already could say my top 10, and it's Canelo Alvarez, Alexander Usyk, Bud Crawford, Inoue. I'm not putting heavyweight, so don't expect me to say Tyson Fury, but I'm not putting heavyweight. Josh Taylor, Earl Spence, Estrada, Estrada. Did I say Inoue 4, right? Then 7th I got Estrada.
Terrence Crawford.
Terrence Crawford is number 4. It's number 3. Inoue is number 4. Number 5, Josh Taylor. Number 6, Earl Spence. Number 7, Estrada.
Jermell.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Number 7, Jermell. Number 8, Estrada. Number 9, Shakur Stevenson. And number 10, Stephen Fulton.
Right. Okay. Well, look.
You could flip it. You could flip Josh Taylor and Earl Spence around, but you got to remember Josh Taylor's an undisputed. So I can't put a guy I can't put a 3-belt holder above Josh Taylor, who's undisputed. Undisputed is the primary. You know what I'm saying? And also who you beating. Josh Taylor beating Regis Prograis to unify the titles, and beating Jose Ramirez. 2 undefeated, top 140-pound champions. Beat Victor Postal. So it's not like these guys are not one-hit wonders right now. People going to be like, what about George Kambosos? George Kambosos only a one-hit wonder. He got to show me he beats another elite, and then now, you know what I'm saying? He got to show me that was no fluke.
Well, everybody's going to have to see where you got to put Shakur in your pound for pound now. You know what I mean? I mean, the man's
my pound for pound.
Unified champion, 2-weight world champion, you know? So I guess you got to really analyze where you got to put him. But look, at the end of the day, I think now going forward, what do the fans think about Valdez? What's his way back? And Valdez tweeted that he's coming back stronger for the fans. You know, he did his best, but at this point he lost, and he's still going to come back to try and be a world champion. Now, where do you think Valdez goes from here, Punch?
I don't know, man. I think a Jermell Herring fight could be good. Maybe another fight to get his confidence up. You know what I'm saying? That
rematch.
The fight before Shakur Stevenson wasn't a good outing for him. So let's be honest. It's not like he's looking better. You know what I'm saying? Are we gonna question Eddie Reynoso after the 2 fights? We already know that Oscar Valdez seems like he can do great versus a boxer that know how to move. Does he have the style to beat Or is he implementing the style to be a guy that knows how to move around? Because now people are coming in with, okay, you could just move around with Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez is just good, looks great when somebody's standing in front of him. Could he be good when somebody's moving around?
Yeah, I mean, he was a great champion. He had a great run. He's had some great fights. Um, but you know, at the end of the day, he's 31 years old. We just found out. Maybe, you know, big fight with Jermell Herring, cash out some money. Um, I think maybe him being a champion again is out of the question, maybe now. Or he might have a chance. I mean, if Shakur decides to move up at some point and give up the belts, then maybe Valdez can fight again for a belt, right?
Mm.
I mean, what other way is he going to have a shot to the title? But I feel like he's at his run now. 31 years old, he probably just looked to cash out a couple of money fights, really, like Carl Frampton had. But apart from that, he's done good for the sport. You know what I mean? He's been a good champion. There's no shame in losing to a fighter like Shakur Stevenson, who's looking like the next big thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see it, bro. But, yo, I got to say this, though, Punch. I got to give it to you. The women really did do something, and they got they got my attention. And I'm sure they got all these fans' attention. And it was surprising to say, but Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano was a better fight and a more exciting fight overall it ended up being than Shakur Stevenson and Valdez. I
Yeah.
can't believe I'm saying this out my mouth. It was a fight that had me, wow. I gotta tell you, Punch, you must have witnessed an historic event. It was lightning, bro. You know what I mean? I gotta say it to you, man. This was a hell of a fight, and Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano have made me a fan of all women's boxing. I'm looking to watch all of them now because of these two women, bro.
Now let me ask you. Now let me ask you a question. And I've been y'all know y'all been following the channel, subscribing to the channel. How I feel about these ladies, man. One of the warriors, one of the gladiators. Actually, the best fights, that the ladies have put out. I think they win in terms of excitement. Um, but let me ask you this question now. Edwin Sanchez said best female fight. A lot of people saying this is the best female fight, women fight. I said this is one of the best fights I ever seen. Was it just a great women fight, or was it one of the best boxing fights? What you think? What you say?
I think what fans mean by it, yeah, and this is just my view, and I don't know. I think we all kind of have this subjective view about, look, two women are fighting, and they're thinking, oh my god, these two women just killed it. This is the best women's fight we've ever seen. Now, I understand where you're coming from, but I think what happened on YouTube, and I think the people would agree. Do you remember we were building ourselves for the Christina Hammer versus Carissa Shields for that undisputed fight? And every fans were like, this fight should be a good fight. It should be a good fight. When we watched that fight with the number one and number two women, it kind of bored a lot of people. And I think this fight changed the game. This fight made everybody believe, wow, this is really worth watching these women boxing. These women were the truth. These women not just had skill, they had heart. They oh my God, they gave everything. And especially in the 5th round and the 10th round, yeah, it was like Eric Morales and fucking Barrera, a shade of that, bro. It was Eric Morales and Barrera when Amanda Serrano came forward and pressed the gas, and she went all out. And then I saw Katie Taylor trying to take that breathe as she got hurt, and she started giving it, and then she started getting Amanda Serrano. Maybe not as hard punches, but Katie Taylor stayed in there. She showed heart. And when Amanda Serrano couldn't stop Katie, and Amanda Serrano gave it I think she tried her best, that's when Amanda Serrano knew that she's in there with another level of a fighter. Because for me, Katie Taylor then proved that she ain't getting stopped. Because when she got her legs back and Amanda Serrano didn't really, come off with that pace anymore. I think you also reminded me we got to respect Katie Taylor's skills that didn't allow Amanda Serrano to fight like that anymore with her for quite a few rounds. She used her feet and she got her feet back and she was able to land her faster punches. Maybe not as hard as Amanda Serrano, but she was able to land enough to win certain rounds. And we got to respect Katie Taylor to be able to take that punishment and be able to compose herself to be back in the fight to win some rounds. Like you said, because Amanda Serrano wasn't looking to stop there. She was looking to kill and end the subject. Am I right?
Yeah, she didn't. She didn't slow down. She didn't stop pursuing. She didn't stop trying to be having being aggressive, being effective in aggression. I think that Katie Taylor, and what people need to give her the props and to adjust to. I can't go toe to toe with Amanda Serrano. So now I really have to do what I was actually trying to do in the first round: move my feet, work the jab, work the jab. The only thing is, even with those rounds where she adjusted, for me, in my opinion, it still wasn't uh, uh, um Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor would throw a lot of punches and land a lot of punches and throw the combination. See, when she made the adjustment, Katie Taylor was still throwing single shots. Through like couple, like she never had the chance to throw her traditional flurries and things of that nature. She was still very conservative and not trying to get there and be in trouble. So I think that she did better. She did better, but not necessarily where she's like outboxing Amanda Serrano. I don't think that Katie Taylor never outboxed Amanda Serrano in the whole fight. I think
But
that
what do you
she
think about some of the fans? Like I said this a little bit. I did feel that Amanda Serrano got a little bit tired. And that was because she tried hard in that fifth round, right? And I felt like Amanda Serrano was using hard punches, but using them wisely now. She didn't go in like the Eric Morales kind of punches anymore. What she did is she started to use her punches to try and, try and hurt Katie. But I feel like Amanda Serrano, a little bit, she had to recompose herself. Because you remember the next round, they were saying, even the people were saying, man, why she took her foot off the gas? She's letting Katie back into it. That was because she also was a little bit tired.
I see that like let's say Brandon Taylor said, Toronto gassed out for the last 4 rounds. Really? Is did you see Brandon Taylor? Did you see the 10th round? Did you see any gas? That's what I mean. Like, that's why it's good to watch the boxing mute, because when I watched the fight again, and then a commentator said she let the foot off the gas, then a viewer gonna be like, yeah, she left the foot off the gas. There was no gas wasted by none of the fighters. What you saw in the 10th round is what you saw, a very two fighters that worked hard at the gym. It showed in that fight the stamina, the consistent pressure that Amanda Serrano was doing did not have to do with anything of letting the gas go, letting no gas go. You have to give credit to Katie Taylor to adjusting and not trying to go toe to toe with Amanda Serrano. That's not letting off the gas. That's Katie Taylor making an adjustment. Stop believing every time somebody say, "Oh my God." The thing is, people couldn't you couldn't match what she did in the 5th and 6th round, in the 7th and 8th round, and 9th round, because Katie made the adjustment to not be right there in the middle of the ring. Katie Taylor even said it in the press conference. She said, in other words, I get in the habit of getting into those type of position. What happened? I just stood there for too long. Go back and listen to what Katie Taylor said. She said, "What when they asked her what happened, I stood there for too long." Meaning, when she made the adjustment, is that she wasn't willing to stay there for too long. No, Amanda Serrano did not gas out whatsoever. No, Amanda Serrano didn't take her foot off the gas, because she kept on coming. Pause.
Yeah, she
What is
was
this
coming
letting
all
off the
night.
gas
All
and
night she
tires
was
shit
coming.
come from? Watch
All
the
night.
fight again.
Yeah, she was coming all night. But yeah, what a great fight, bro.
Brandon Taylor, she was getting countered the whole fight. If she was getting countered the whole fight, then damn it, she never would have just start bleeding in the last round. She never even had a scar throughout the whole fight till the last round, brother. Watch the fight again. What fight are you watching? She was getting countered the whole night. Katie Taylor was going to go out twice in the night. Katie Taylor was surviving the whole fight. Fuck out of here. Katie Taylor was surviving the whole fight. The first couple of rounds, she did her thing. Third round, she was doing it. I think she won the third round, I think, in my scorecard. I think so.
I mean,
4, 5, 6. And then when she made the adjustment to survive. She didn't make the adjustment to outbox. She didn't make the adjustment to hurt Amanda Serrano. She made the adjustment to survive and not stay there. Fuck out of here, man. How many times you watch Katie Taylor? Katie Taylor dominates with combinations after combination of punches. That's what she's known for. High volume punching. Combinations. How many combinations did Katie Taylor throw? In the fight, in the rounds where Katie Taylor was winning. Come on, man.
Katie Taylor was more trying to outbox, move around, use the ring, and outbox her, Amanda. Amanda was coming all night. And I think she never gassed out. What she did is she composed herself. So they didn't listen to me, did they? She recomposed herself. Her output was smarter. So she was still coming forward all night, but her output was smarter. She just didn't use the same intensity because she wasn't stupid. She knew that if she went crazy again, she could get gassed out. Then she would have got gassed out.
Mm-hmm.
So she never got gassed out because she used her head and she used her work rate to the point where she didn't need to get gassed out. Now, obviously, she tried her in the fifth round. Amanda Serrano did try to maybe get Katie out of there or maybe hurt Katie and say, well, I know I can hurt her. But after that, she knew she couldn't take that risk anymore. She had to be smart as well.
I think that the credit, like I said, goes to the adjustments. But that didn't mean that Amanda Serrano took a foot off the gas. No, she kept on doing what she was doing. The thing is, once you have a round like the fifth round and you don't top that round in the early of the fight, then people are saying, oh shit, she could have closed the show there. She should have closed the show there. Man, if you watch women boxing, there's a lot of times that there is a round like the fifth round, but because of 2 minutes, it's always ding. I'll give you an example. Watch Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields have opponents like that a lot of the times, but 2 minutes, ding, saved by the bell. That's why people would like to see 3 minutes, because we all know watching a sport of boxing that fifth round, it could have been a stop, but it goes fast. You got to give kudos to both of the ladies. This was top dog versus top dog, pound for pound versus pound for pound, legacy versus legacy, history versus history, legend versus legend.
And last week,
Katie Taylor is not gonna go away like that. Amanda Serrano, she was in Katie Taylor's position, was not gonna go out like that. A great fight is always a close fight. That's what best fighting the best means. It means like that. Sugar Ray Leonard and Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Fucking even how boring Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao was. It was like, man, both of y'all motherfucking lost. Both of y'all ain't even did the best that y'all could, in my opinion. But it was still a close fight. Canelo
Eric Morales versus Antonio Barrera.
Still close fight. You know what I'm saying? This letting out the gas shit. Nah, I ain't know nobody let off the gas. Katie Taylor nor Amanda Serrano let off the gas.
And that's why I said to you, right, that day, 2 days before the fight. In fact, you know what? I don't like getting loud, but my bitch is still watching and she's still on the street. I ain't bring my 4260, but I remember this. That HLD, that little whore of mine, he was on the fucking panel, and I said to him, Katie Taylor is too good to get stopped with the 2-minute fight round. She's the #1 pound for pound for a reason. Yes, Amanda Serrano is stopping opponents, but facing someone in that level that she hasn't, she won't be able to stop Katie Taylor, and that might change the fight if Katie's winning certain rounds and be able to move around in the and get away from Amanda Serrano and use the distance. And that's when he said, nah, that's not going to happen. Then the fucking bitch HLD said, it's not going to happen. So I said, all right, let's put money on it. And now the bitch still hasn't paid me. Fucking go on the streets and get my 4260 because you're still watching like a little hoe. That HLD is a little bitch for not paying that money.
Let him come back. Let y'all too, cause you know what I'm saying. Let both of y'all get it in when y'all
get it in what, bro? I just want my money. I don't want to talk to a little hoe like that. The hoe's a hoe. He ain't paid the money for such a great fight, and he still ain't paid that money. But look, my main thing is this, yeah. At the end of the day, Katie Taylor, is she the greatest woman of all time? Only because we know now how good Amanda Serrano really is.
I think we want to see the rematch.
Yeah, but is she right now, Katie Taylor, the greatest woman of all time?
I want to see the rematch. Until then, we're going to see the rematch. Too many people feel Amanda Serrano won.
Hey, hard times goes, HLD is taking longer rap stuff because she's only doing handies at the moment, and that's not enough money.
Okay, now peep this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I usually do my own punch counts, right? If you ever see me live, I do my own punch count, but I'm only punched, right? So let's go by the punch count of Amanda Serrano, right? Let me do it right quick to see where did she slow down. Round number 1, power punches. She landed 7, round number 1. 2, she landed 10. 3, she landed 15. 4, she landed 13. The 5th round, 44. 6, 18. 7, 5. Slow down on 7th. 8, 12. 9, 15. 10, 32. She slowed down in 1 round. Basically, she paced herself through really the whole fight. Now look at the percentage, and look, in the 8th round, look at the percentage she landed. 25, 37, 35, 28, 44, 34, 21, 34, 28, 45. The 7th round, Katie Taylor, put it this way. On the 7th round, both of these girls slowed down. In the 7th round, power punches landed. Serrano landed 5, Katie Taylor 7. That was the dead round. Both of the girls slowed down. That was the dead round.
But that's enough that, I mean, because it's the pound for pound #1, #2, that's enough that Katie needed. Katie, you know what I mean? Because
I'm talking about the 7th round. I ain't talking about the last round. It didn't say that Katie Taylor that Amanda Serrano slowed down. No, when Amanda Serrano slowed down, Katie Taylor rested herself as well. Katie Taylor jabs through 11 landed 0. Serrano landed 1 jab through 15 jabs.
Yeah.
So just look at the punch count. The 7th round, it was a dead round. Let's go to the 8th round. Serrano landed 12 punches. Katie Taylor landed 13 punches. Serrano threw 35 punches. Katie Taylor threw 30 punches. In the 9th round, Amanda Serrano threw 53 punches. Katie Taylor threw 41 punches, landing 15. Katie Taylor 21. In the last round, Serrano threw 70 punches and landed 32 punches, connected on 45%. Katie Taylor was 23, landed 23 punches, threw 53 punches and 43%, and all the judges gave Katie Taylor the last round, and Amanda Serrano buckled Katie Taylor twice in the last round, in the 10th round, and all
That
the
was in the
judges
last
gave
10
Katie
seconds.
Taylor.
Last 10 seconds.
Oh, no. Go back to the 1 minute mark. What they
Now,
say,
my thing is this, though.
Okay, look. So Serrano landed the more punches. She landed the more punches, 23 power punches. Katie Taylor 20. Serrano 32. Katie Taylor 23. The percentage was better of Serrano, and she hurt Katie Taylor. So why all the judges gave it to Katie Taylor?
I don't know, man. It may be close in it, so close. But let me say this, though. At the end of the day, Serrano fought a great
Let me
fight.
take the
She
picture so I
showed,
can put it so people can look at it.
Serrano showed that she is who she is. She's the elite. She's the pound for pound fighter for sure. And the only thing is, and I'm sure even the chat agrees, some of them, that when the fight was over and done, she had no problem with the decision. Her trainer had no problem with the decision. The boxing public were happy with the fight. They felt that Katie Taylor, as a champion, Serrano never stole it off of her. She won, even, let's say it was a draw.
That's myth. That's
No,
myth
but what I'm saying
analysis.
is, even Amanda Serrano was so happy. I saw the whole post-fight conference. I saw her when she said that, she was happy to be in the fight. She realizes she went in with a great, she's honored to be in there, and she kind of understood. She was happy. Jake Paul said himself that he had the fight as a draw. So I feel like they felt themselves, yeah, they never stole it from the champion. They
You can't
did
steal
great,
it from a champion.
but they
That's a myth.
didn't totally beat her.
That's a myth, though.
I'm just saying that's
That's
how
not how
they
you
even
score
acted.
bouts.
But that's how they acted. That's how they were speaking. That's how
She just
Amanda
acts humble
Serrano
like
said it
she
in her
is.
post
She's
fight.
not. She just act. That's what I mean. She act humble, but if Amanda Serrano starts saying that she won the fight and there's excuses, then people say that she didn't take a loss right. That's what I mean about boxing fans. How about if she would have acted like, oh no, I won the fight, and she would have acted like the bitch, the way that a lot of people want her to act. A lot of people pressure Amanda Serrano to act sassy, to act ghetto Puerto Rican. But no, she took her loss very respectfully, and now people look at it like she's happy with the win. You know what I'm saying? She really didn't want the win. She was just happy to be there. They got to make the decision. Do you want these fighters to act delusional, or you want these fighters to just take their losses like it is? You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying that they had no complaint about the decision.
She wanted to complain.
There was no, but you know what I mean? If you felt like you won, Jake Paul would have come forward like that. The trainer, they were like, okay, a great fight. We
They
could
said
have won.
they felt like she won the fight and willing to go
They
out
say
there.
we felt like we won, but we also understand she was a champion, and at the end of the day, we might not have done enough. It was a draw, at best. But it was a great fight.
That's not what they
What
said.
a great
That's
fight.
not what they said, Rapstar.
That's what Jake Paul said.
He said that she won by a draw at best.
No, he said that he said himself that Jake Paul said that he felt that the fight was a draw. The trainer said that they felt they won, but at the end of the day, they got a draw. So it wasn't like they were bothered. Nobody made a scene. Nobody's thought that they had won by any margin. It was a tough fight. It was a great fight, and I have to admire Amanda Serrano for what she brought all forward all night. You know what I mean? But then I got to admire Katie Taylor for having the heart to stay in there when I thought she was done in the 5th round. To have the heart, but Katie Taylor got her legs back, and she was able.
Here goes the punch count. Here goes the punch count. So nobody could say I'm saying nothing. Look at this after the 6th round. Look at the 6th round. See the 6th round? After the 5th round, look how much she landed. She threw 99, landed 44. That was the 5th round. The 6th round, 18-18. She's more accurate, Katie Taylor, right? Look at the 7th round, the dead round. But she landed more. She was more efficient, 46%. Look at the 8th round. Now tell me, where did Amanda Serrano slow down? That Katie Taylor didn't slow down at the same time. That's the dead round. That's when the fighters go and they almost take off, not take off the round, but that's the second win. About to get their second win after the 7th round. It happens in men. It happens in 12-round bouts as well. Where did Amanda Serrano slow down in the punch count?
I don't know on the punch count, but I'm talking about watching her live, watching the fight live.
I'm saying I watched it live. I was there, and I watched it again on TV. And I'm saying that Katie Taylor made the adjustment, but that doesn't mean that Amanda Serrano slowed down.
I mean, if you want to talk about punch count,
how about Katie Taylor after the 5th round and 6th round upped what she was doing?
Yeah.
Think about it. Look. Look at the 1st round, 2nd round. Look at the 1st round of both of these fighters. Yeah. She upped her level. Katie Taylor upped the level of what she was doing in the 3rd round and in the 4th round, and she regained some type of momentum. After the 8th and after the 7th round, she regained momentum. Yeah. That's not saying that Amanda Serrano took her foot off the gas. No, Katie Taylor upped her shit up. It was a great fight, but I don't think in this fight, none of them showed any lack of stamina. None of them showed any lack of taking their foot off the gas. That's how I feel. I think it just does a disservice to say that Amanda Serrano took their foot off the gas or slow down. It's taking.
You know what it was?
Hold on. Takes away from Katie Taylor adjustments.
Facts. And I think, you know what it is? Fans were thinking, wow, Amanda Serrano did so well trapping Katie in that fight in the 5th round and making it into a war. But then she wasn't able to trap her in that way to make it a war like that, because we got to remember what you just said. We got to give respect to Katie Taylor for making those adjustments.
Yeah.
And we're not doing it that way. We're like, why couldn't Amanda do it anymore? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because people was waiting on what she did in the 5th round and do it again. So if you can't match that 5th round, then any round after that looks slower. Because
but I think we all agree. Go on.
Because the 5th round, you see Serrano, that hurt her, landed 44, throwing almost 100 punches that round. Look at the 5th round. She almost.
My problem is this, though. I think we all agree, and last week you said this, we was on the panel, on your channel, you were going for Amanda Serrano stoppage for versus Katie Taylor.
9th round, yep.
Yeah, you were going for stoppage. I said Katie Taylor's going to win a close decision on points as a champion, because I don't believe those 2-minute rounds are enough for Amanda Serrano to hurt her that way and stop her, right? Then, we have to agree now, or you might disagree, that's, you know, whatever it is, that you realize that Amanda Serrano, and most people who know their boxing about this fight, know that they were training for a fight like you analyze for a stoppage. Now, when you're going for a knockout and you don't have another plan B, but the boxer's still boxing, and they're able to still be in the fight by outboxing you as well at certain parts of the fight, your best, what you went in there for, like you predicted, that's the best plan you had. So Amanda Serrano, we were thinking, is going with that plan, and she might turn her game up. But because she couldn't come to the point after the 5th round of trying to hurt her more, that was her best game plan. So
you know why?
That's what she went for, innit? That was the knockout she went for.
But look, I never thought that Amanda Serrano will throw more punches than Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor is the high volume puncher, not Amanda Serrano. Look at the punch stats. Amanda Serrano led it in throwing punches in every round. Every round.
Yeah.
Not just one round. So my analysis in could I think that Amanda Serrano was gonna out punch in volume than Katie Taylor? No. No.
Mm.
But she did.
Yeah,
Nobody
but
got
you
out.
guys went for the stoppage. You know the camp. I know you know Amanda.
No, 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 no,
Amanda
no.
went
I
for the
predicted for the
stoppage.
stoppage. I don't
No,
know what.
Amanda went for the stoppage.
I mean, she. I think every if they punch and they going for to hurt each other. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
I think Amanda at her at that game plan
So you
when
think you're looking at? You think Amanda said, "I'm not. I can't outbox her. The only way that I'm gonna win if is by
no,
knocking her
I
out."
think Amanda thought to herself that I got to go for this. I got to hurt her and I got to stop her. But when she knew that she couldn't do that, it was not. Well, she didn't show frustration in that way, but I think she was frustrated knowing that she couldn't get her punches off, and Katie Taylor was doing good to move away from the distance and not let Amanda be in that situation where she can hurt her that way. So I feel that Amanda, at her best game plan, it kind of failed at the end. But I'm not saying Amanda didn't
I don't know.
couldn't have won.
I don't know
I
if I
feel
could
like
agree
her
with you.
best game plan, that what she went for, like you even said that you believe she's gonna stop her because you
Yeah.
know the way she fights. So I believe you even thought that Amanda's best game plan
Why I
now,
said that? Why I said that?
because you thought that she can stop her, that she can hurt her.
Why no? But why I said that?
You said she'll stop her in the ninth round
Why I said she will stop her in the ninth round?
because she's a harder puncher.
No. See, I analyzed this fight for 2 years because Katie Taylor has a habit to putting herself in a fight. And once she goes toe to toe with her opponents, she gets the bad end of it. If Amanda Serrano gets in a position where she's going to fight her in the middle of the ring and go toe to toe, Katie Taylor will get the bad end of it and Amanda Serrano will get her out of there. That's why you saw the fifth round how it goes. That's why you see Katie Taylor make the adjustment. Because if you lure Katie Taylor into a fight, you are going to beat her. And Amanda Serrano being the hardest puncher, that was going to happen in the fifth round. Not just because she throws harder punches, it's because her effective aggression will lure Katie Taylor into a fight. And you saw what happened. In the last round, we saw one of the best rounds ever, not only in women boxing, but the magnitude of their fight and the style and how it went. Even Amanda Serrano got the best of I mean got the best of Katie Taylor in that last round. Hurt wise. That's why I had a stoppage. Because I knew
Yeah,
that Amanda Serrano could lure her into a fight.
yeah.
And what did Katie Taylor said in the press conference?
Mm.
Why did you get hurt? Why was that happening in the fifth round? Because I stood there too long.
Mm.
And what she said, I get in the habit of getting myself in that situation.
But she adjusted this time and used a smart way of boxing. So what I'm saying is, I think Amanda Serrano did get frustrated a little bit in that fight. She was frustrated a little bit because she's always been able to lower a woman in and hurt them and dominate in a different level. And I felt there was a little bit of frustration in a little bit, but I feel like she really did well by still coming forward, trying to land her hard punches. But we have to remember Katie Taylor was landing efficient punches and maybe more in some rounds. She might not be landing the harder ones, but she was landing efficient punches. And it looked like at some point Katie Taylor was outboxing Amanda. So
I don't think no. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think nobody outbox anybody.
in some rounds, I was saying.
I
So
think you could. I think you're more efficient, but I don't think
mm,
outboxing is what Shakur. What we saw from Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez.
right,
That's outboxing. I think that Katie Taylor was more efficient in those rounds that she won. You know what I'm saying? The rounds that Amanda Serrano won was hurting Katie Taylor. The rounds that Katie Taylor won, she was more efficient. Now, in a 2-minute round, you got to score a little bit different than the traditional way of scoring ring generalship. And because ring generalship is who controls the 3 minute intervals of each round. Now you got to cut these
2 minutes.
2 minutes in half. So 30 seconds, you know, when people be like, oh, he only won 30 seconds of a round. Shit, in women, that's a lot. Winning 30 seconds. So when you say, damn, the last 15 seconds or 10 seconds of round number 10, yeah, those 15 seconds is actually longer than it will be if it was a 3 minute round. Those 15 seconds is a lot in those 2 minutes. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
But yo, man, rap man is getting late, man.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, another day, another live. Thank you for joining in. We could finish this because, of course, is going to be a great week of boxing. Cinco de Mayo Thursday, Happy Hour Thursday is going to be litter than ever, and Canelo Alvarez week.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, what a great chat. Everybody in the chat, respect to everybody. If you see my prostitute anywhere on the streets of the YTBC, remind HLD she owes me $42.60 for such a historic fight. I'm out of here. God bless.
God bless.